Hello, and welcome to the Mocha Minutes podcast. I'm Stephanie. Thank you so much for joining me. You can find the Mocha Minutes podcast on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher Radio, Google Play, TuneIn, Castbox, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. Find us on any of those platforms or wherever else you catch your podcast. Also, still soliciting for ratings and reviews. If you would be so inclined, please leave us some 5 stars. Leave us some reviews. Would greatly appreciate it. Also, you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Mocha Minutes on all 3 of those platforms. If you want to shoot me an email, give me some feedback. Other than on those 3 places, you can email me at mochaminutes@gmail.com.
I'm good.
Please, I wish I could. Because my salmon cakes that I make have flavor and meat, and some of these niggas don't.
For sure.
They salt and pepper the taste. Baby, no. Tired of that. You know, because you a chef, so you know how that shit don't fly.
God damn it, Stephanie. I'm going through a time. You going through a what? Oh shit. Hold on. Oh shit, I forgot to mute when I said.
See, you know what? You know what's gonna be funny? This is the fucking opening. Y'all, welcome to the Mocha Minutes podcast. This is how we're ending whole full month. For some, like, I couldn't have this month without having the single simulcast. I was like, no, it's like, y'all, I can't do this. It's not going to work. So the fact that I have my homies acting like a whole fool and a half, I'm sorry, I'm a fool and a half. I just want to let you know that Shantae's a fool and a half. Rashanii is 3 1/4 of a fool. Okay,
I read that wrong. I thought it said Whole Foods. I was ready to talk about food for this. This whole thing is some bullshit. I think I quit.
Because you do realize I've never been to Whole Foods.
No black person's been to Whole Foods. The whole place is a place built up against us. We can't even get through the door.
Excuse me, I go to Trader Joe's and Sprouts, y'all. That's my speed.
Yeah, Trader Joe's is fine. That's for hippies. But when you walk into Whole Foods, they immediately think you're shoplifting. You will get shot in Whole Foods.
It's like, what you got? I got holes in Whole Foods.
Oh God. Oh my God.
Man. So y'all, I know, isn't this bad? But it's whole full month. And we're going out with a bang because we have Rashanii and Shantae from the single simulcast.
Actually, we have Shanta and Rashanii. It's her fucking show.
Oh yeah, that's right. Shantae, thank you for correcting me. So it's Shantae and her co-host Rashanii.
Thank you.
Y'all, this is way too much. How are y'all doing?
That's right. I'm the David Ruffin of the podcast.
Ain't nobody coming to see
me.
Otis.
I'm Otis. I'm literally Otis. I know without a shadow of a doubt, niggas ain't coming to see me on Single Simulcast. Before Shantae, niggas were coming to see Nisha. Like Nisha would come on the show once.
Excuse me, how Nisha doing? Because you know how I feel about Miss Nisha.
Hey. So
sorry.
Check it out.
Oh Lord, here we go.
3.9 student in nursing school. She is doing her fucking thing. Don't ask me about my wife. You know I get wet. You know I get wet when you ask me about my wife.
Okay, have either one of you heard this term? Like, I saw someone say it's about this really hot guy that she was like, why am I soup for him? And she said, why am I soup over him? And I was like, what do you mean you're so over? I thought it was like
so much liquid, there's nothing solid.
See, that's that's the thing. I didn't know it. So I thought she, like, you know how autocorrect is. For some odd reason, my autocorrect always autocorrects food too good. I'm like, I know what the fuck I'm saying. It's like, what? So I thought it was autocorrect. And I was like, why are you so over him? She's like, no, soup. It means, I'm like, it means literally what you said. And I was like, oh.
Wait, sense. I'm confused. Wait, what was she?
She's soup over him. So think about tomato soup. There's nothing solid. It's all liquid. She's completely melted over him.
Yeah. And I had no idea. Okay. I was like, huh?
I've never heard it before, but that made sense to me immediately.
Right.
Okay. See, I guess I didn't think of it in that term because I thought that was like an old 80s thing. Like what is it? I'm not souped or whatever.
Oh, I'm just an average man. Do I really have to try to explain my point of view? Whoa, shit.
Rashanii almost died.
And it really would have been your show.
I was not prepared for this. Y'all are missing some goodness because my God, that was funny. I was like, why is he about to fall off his chair? Like,
I'm not souped. But no, seriously, when you think about it, the term soup, when you make a soup, even if you put some forms of solid into it, whether it's chicken or vegetables or whatever it may be, the primary thing in a soup is liquid.
Yeah.
So I can.
So yeah, she called it panty soup, and I went,
God damn.
Oh, I was like, oh, nope, I really thought it was autocorrect. I'm like, why are you so over? Family Karma season 2 hasn't even started. How are you over Brian already? But she said I'm soup over Brian, and I was like, oh, same.
I'm gonna have to put that in Ratchet Book Club. That is crazy.
Please do. I was just like, I had never heard of this, and I'm like, oh, okay, learn something new every day.
My nipples got hard. That is some bullshit.
You haven't even seen Brian, so that is immaculate. Y'all, this is how it goes. This is supposed to be a real show, and we are like professional content creators, but we are also me, Shanta and I are 1.5, but I think we're moving up to at least 2 1/3. But again, Rashanii, 3 1/4 of a 4.
Nigga, I've known you since
3/4 1/4.
I'm just comfortable here, okay? I am in an element.
So I just want to let you know, Rashanii, you are you're the show title. I am Otis.
I am. I'm more than willing to say it. Like, yo, I'm not even fronting. I have no qualms. If I died tomorrow, I would know that the show was in great hands. And every time we do a show on Single Simulcast, I ask Shanta why she won't do certain things on the podcast. And that's not me trying to force her to do things on the podcast. That's me giving her ideas for when I fucking retire. Like, Shanta, Single Simulcast is yours now. What you gonna do with it? Remember when I told you about tarot cards? Remember when I told you about calligraphy? Hey?
Yeah.
Remember when I told you about this? Boom, nigga. You got a show.
There you go.
She's like, okay, so all right, so we're gonna
pretty much.
But let's get on started. So we're going to start with give them their roses. So this has been always a fun part. I love giving people their roses, meaning people that are still here, and I got to give them their roses because, my God, sometimes it's like, oh, the work that y'all do, baby. Good to hell luck, everybody. So the first set of roses I want to give out is to Rashanii and Shanta, because they're here, and 2, as I always can just talk to them, and I tell Rashanii this, and he'll be like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what I said, but in year 1, I was literally thinking about stopping, and I was like, I don't know. And then Rashani's like, I like your show. You're doing a good job. And it was at a moment where I was just like, this shit is not working, and I don't even know why I'm doing it. So I tell everybody, it's like, if it wasn't for a Rashanii, I wouldn't still be doing this. And I know Taria is listening. She's probably going to send me a voice note, and she's going to say, Stephanie, what do you mean you were going to stop? literally how I said it, y'all. I'm just saying.
You
Year
can't
one is
blame me
always
for
hard.
this shit. Year one is hard, but you can't blame me for this shit. You are like, your podcasting style has always been an oil fire. Once you got hot, there was no putting you out. And as
I'm
soon as
glad
you
you
hit your
explained it. I
stride,
was like, what the fuck does that mean?
as soon as you hit your stride, I knew you were going to be great. Like, there's no other way around it. No, don't. Thank you. I mean, I guess, thank you, but no. You would have done this if no one else had been there around you. And the thing is, for everybody out there who's aspiring to start a podcast, yes, the first year is hard. It's lonely. You don't know if anybody's listening. You wonder if you're in an echo chamber. You wonder if you're actually reaching the people you want to reach. But then at some moment, it just clicks and you realize, you know what? I have to have my own voice. And if people find me, they find me. And Stephanie, you found that out pretty early and you were just fine. There wasn't shit I had to say to you. Like, you had the drive and you had the desire to do this. What the fuck am I gonna do? Nigga, your shit sucks. And then watch you just die. Like, even if I said that, all you would have done is told me to go fuck myself and kept moving and just cut me out, which is what you should have done.
Yeah, I was like, I'm still good. See, this is what. See, I also, y'all, Rashanii can't take no compliments, so that's why he's doing this. However, comma, I'm still going to give him the compliment because I get what you're saying, but it's like I'm someone who psyched myself out for like 6 months for even starting, and then I started with a co-host. And this wasn't what she wanted to do. And it's unfair. And also, y'all, if y'all are asking, y'all are not asking for our podcasting advice, but I will tell you, if you decide to go into a podcast with other people, please make sure that's what they want to do. Because sometimes you're yes. Wow.
I don't want to do this no more, Shanta. Let me free,
Don't
Shanta.
Make me mute you.
Oh my God.
Don't make me mute. I will be Shantae's co-host. Don't do that.
Shanta, I want to move in with Nisha. Let me out.
Wow.
Like, what the fuck? What you mean? Move in.
Nah,
you live here, nigga.
You know what? Honestly, it is such a beautiful thing when you have a co-host who actually wants to walk with you on this path and grow with you on this path. But it's also beautiful because a lot of people don't know how hard and yet how rewarding it is to do a solo podcast. Yeah. There's a certain beauty in being able to know that everything that you said was your words. There was nothing that was augmented or altered by somebody else's thoughts. Like, you'll hear a show of ours now, we'll all start with one opinion in the morning. And by the afternoon, Shanta has talked to me and I'm like, you know what? I don't believe in that shit no more. It don't work like that. When you're doing a show by yourself, that is you, unfiltered, unadulterated, just brilliance. And so for you to do that in and out for this long, girl, shit, I wish you would have tried to quit. Right now, tickets are $25.
I feel like you would have threatened me.
I can find my way to Baltimore. Tickets ain't that much. I can come out there.
Here you go. You just couldn't wait to slander Maryland. It's fine.
No, I'm saying tickets are $25. I would have flown out there and been like, what the fuck are you doing trying to quit? Who told you to quit? Like, yo, you can't quit. You're doing it is. Southwest is crazy right now, but you're doing too much.
Why are you quoting Spirit? Why are you quoting Spirit prices on Southwest? Southwest, like, how fucking dare you? We are $45.
Shit, maybe today.
Wait, on the off days, you punk bitch, you better fly out on a Tuesday or Wednesday. Don't do no Thursday or Friday, bitch. Look, we busy and booked.
But honestly, you're an inspiration of many folks who came before you and after you, so you're not allowed to quit. Shanta, same thing for you. Me, myself, fuck y'all niggas. I got like maybe a year left. I've been saying that for 4 years now, so doesn't really matter.
No, he probably got another podcast that's coming in the fall. Y'all just be ready.
Right. There's another idea already. It's already swirling.
I'm just letting y'all know it's coming, so don't be surprised.
The pieces are coming together. It's going to be a new podcast. It's going to be awesome. It's coming. Get ready.
It's coming. Let me tell you something. Jeremy says I got all the podcasts. I'm like, do I look like Rashanii? I'm like, maybe. I mean, I put my crochet braids back in, so now you can tell us apart. It's like, look. And mind you, there is stuff that I actually do want to do. So it's like, it's scary when I think about it.
Yeah, just try it. Like, if it works, dope. If it doesn't work, then you got a single episode. There was a podcast. I don't know if they made it, but I mean, no, I don't mean if I don't know if they're still around. But their idea was literally, we come up with new podcast ideas for every episode, and it's called the Single Serving Show. If it's not, if I made that up, then I should do that. And so for every episode, they're trying something new, and they never try it again.
Why does it sound like something you would actually do?
Right, that's dope. I'm pretty proud of myself.
No,
Wait, I guess
that's a cool idea.
Right.
I mean, if they haven't done it, that is a cool idea to go ahead and do it. Because especially because you don't have to. You can get all the good stuff of that one thing and not be burdened with trying to make that same thing really dope week in, week out, or whatever.
So one week you do a movie review, the next week you do a video game review, the week after that you're talking with a guest, the next day after that you're doing a solo show. You're talking, like, there's so much stuff you could do a solo show for, or a not a solo show, but a single serving show.
So can I just tell you one of my ideas? I'll put it out here because I want to do movie reviews.
Yeah.
But I have already thought about the name, and it's super weird that I'm doing this, mostly because I enjoyed Godzilla versus King Kong. I enjoyed Mortal Kombat, and I was like, I kind of want to review stuff on HBO Max and call it Mocha to the Max.
Then do it.
Great.
I like the name. Do it.
Yeah. I'm like,
fuck it. What's stopping you?
Nothing.
Then why are we doing it? What's happening here? Space and opportunity?
I mean, that's pretty much it.
Wait, what? You got HBO Max, right?
I do.
You synced the movies? Nigga, here's how it works. Solo show, finish the movie, turn to the right, get on your computer, bang out a review, 15 minutes, put it on there. Nigga, I'm so sincere, because that's the time frame that people are looking for a podcast, especially for a review. 15 minutes real quick. Here's what I like, here's what I didn't like. Boom. 5 Lewis Tans, whatever it may be. Boom, boom, boom. Put it out there.
It's gotta be 5. It's gotta be
Lewis Tans.
You got an audience.
So this is off mic, but it's coming, y'all, because HBO Max has been cranking out some shit, and now that all the Warner Brothers movies are literally going to be premiering on HBO Max, it's
just let me know when you're ready to review Craig at a Creek, because I'm down for that series.
Yeah, I have to watch it.
That's my cartoon.
Look, I'm a Steven Universe girl, so you know that Craig of the Creek is like, you should be able to do this in no time. It's like, oh, okay, well, bitch, let me
it's
fuck on in
so good. It
so,
is so...
I'm into it.
Okay. Yeah, that Mocha to the Max, that sounds dope. Do it.
Because I'm like, oh, stuff that I want to do, and also a Patreon. Yeah, this is not about Stephanie. We're giving out flowers. So also, the Oscars were this weekend. So that literally signals the end of award season, meaning that somebody here, not here in this room, but somebody who literally has been going to all of this stuff because we lost her husband last year, she can now just literally just go and spend time and grieve without having to be in front of people. And that is Simone Ledward, who is Chadwick Boseman's widow. So I want to give her flowers because I'm like, I know this has to be a lot. It's like, this has to be a lot. It's like she was with him the whole time he was going through colon cancer. She lost him last year. She had to do a memorial, and then add in that he's a spectacular actor. So of course she had to be around for award season. I feel like there should have been, I have not seen his last 2 movies that's on Netflix. I can't do it yet because I cried when he died. So I'm like, I'm not ready. So the fact that she can get glam and just, I don't know if she has canned thoughts about what she's going to do or how she feels or what she does for these speeches. She has all of my sympathy and empathy, and she gets all the flowers and roses that I can give her, because I can only imagine when you have to be on for everybody because we lost Chadwick Boseman. It's like, she definitely gets roses from me. Yeah. So I don't even know. I don't know if I could function that way. I just really can't. I'm like, y'all, I can't do this. I'm like, no, it's just hard. But to see the love that she gets is like, I don't know if that will make it easier for me. Maybe it does for her. I'm not sure. But Yeah. So now that award season is over, because I'll give you guys the quick hits on the Oscars. No, I don't watch that shit anymore. But yeah, we'll talk about that. But I wanted to give Simone her roses.
You know, it's really scary right now. To be, I feel horrible for her and for, you know, DMX's significant others to lose somebody at the height of just their time, like when they had so much more to give. And the way that my mind is set up is I literally get scared every time somebody I love or somebody I admired in the world of television or movies or whatever dies.
Yeah.
I get I think about my own mortality. And Chadwick was heartbreaking and like literally devastating. And to find out that he knew about it for so long and his wife walked with him that whole time. Gosh, like you hear about all these white dudes who are politicians. Like, I don't remember who was it. Was it Mitch McConnell? Who was it whose wife was sick and he literally left her in the bed? It wasn't Dick Cheney. It was one of them white boys who his wife was sick with cancer and he left her in the ward and went and got with another woman while he was still married to his wife.
I feel like I almost want. I was thinking it was McCain, or was it?
Was it John McCain?
Or was it Newt Gingrich? I don't know. I'm just putting. I mean, there's so many people where, unfortunately, when women do get sick, that they get hung out to dry by their husbands. When it's the other way around, it does not go like that. So it could be any number of motherfucking politicians or people that did that shit.
Right.
I really.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here like, it's one. And the bad part about it is one of them. It's like it's one of them.
Somebody did it.
Sucks. Somebody did it. But do either one of you have roses that you want to give out?
I don't. But maybe does.
Yeah, fuck them flowers. No, I'm kidding. That's not what Shantae's saying, y'all.
I do honestly. Hold on one second. You right there. You, the pretty lady. Hold on one second. Ooh. I'm gonna give flowers to my wife. And I want her to be here to hear it because she don't listen to podcasts.
Come on, Nisha. Yeah, come on.
Baby.
Come on, Suma, come
you
loud.
Are
going on.
You were literally one of the bravest, smartest, most driven people I've ever met in my entire life. And the fact that you are knocking out every aspect of nursing school while still having time to spend with your children and while still helping me out with Consistently Good is incredible. I couldn't believe that you wanted to leave the state to become a nurse, but I knew that it was your dream. And I am just amazed at how well you are transitioning to making this dream come true and making it look so fucking easy when other people are falling by the wayside every goddamn day. You aren't allowed to quit because I've seen just how great you do at this, but you don't want to quit. And that's what's great about it. You are inspirational to every person that you meet. And it is absolutely beautiful to see you at your best.
Baby, he is making this so much better. I love this. He's like, hey, you want some candy?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What about me?
Yeah, all right, Devin.
About me?
You okay, Kid Awesome?
Come on, Kid Awesome.
Hey, you got through. You're healing from your surgery extremely well and with a great attitude and mindset.
Right, he's like the fuck.
Get out.
People, he's like, who are you?
I guess that's good. Shantae, see, that's what I was talking about. Or what? No, that was on Unburdened, where I was talking about how Devin has grown up in a household where there is no boundaries as far as if you do this, you're going to lose my support or my love. He's grown up with complete support and love his entire life. And you see it flourishing in him in a 13-year-old. And it's just awesome to see. Like, it's awe-inspiring. But the flowers weren't for him today. They were for Nisha.
There you go.
So, okay. So let's go low-key because I mentioned the Oscars. So let's go low-key with the Oscars. So they happen. Okay, see, I need to stop doing that. I'm just like, they happened and I'm like, bleh. But I just want to know, when are we getting together to have a party for Regina King's stylist? Because my God, she ain't been missing all year, last year before. I'm sorry. I don't know who Regina's stylists are, her glam squad, because goddamn, they like, she turns it out, and she always been turning out. And I just want her to be celebrated. She is a woman of a certain age. She in our age bracket, and I just wish for her to get a man who worships the ground that she walks on and gives her the best dick every night. That's all I want for Regina King. I'm like, I just want nice things. Or if she don't want that, she don't need that, and she just enjoy the fuck out of her life, because my God, she is incredible. That has nothing to do with Oscars other than the fashion. One of these days I'll get back to doing fashion rewinds, because I do enjoy doing them. It's just, well.
See, another podcast idea, 15 minutes, that's all you need. I'm just popping in real quick.
Really? So yeah, by the way, I just want to let you know. It's like, you're right. So the ceremony happened yesterday, and there was, the upsets definitely were the fact that Viola Davis and Chadwick Boseman did not win. That was like, damn. It went to Anthony Hopkins, and even he was just like, he didn't think he was going to win. And so he pays respect to Chadwick Boseman. I think he also put a video on his Instagram in dedication to Chadwick Boseman. So I think everybody thought this was Chadwick's award to lose, it seems, and not to win, because I think everybody thought Chadwick was going to win. And the fact that he didn't is very, okay. All right.
I am not surprised. More people. I'm shocked when Black people win in the Oscars. Honestly,
really?
Yeah. Like, look, it ain't been that long since Black folks been getting what they deserve in the Oscars.
I mean, you're
so
right.
I am not surprised when Black folks don't win. We were all there to make the memes and the jokes when Moonlight and La La Land had that incident.
Yeah.
But did you think it was going to happen twice? They ain't making that mistake twice. So when niggas is like, yo, Chadwick, they made a mistake. What y'all gonna do? Snyder cut the fucking Oscars? Is that what you're about to do now? Like, y'all need a revote?
Yeah, I sidebar. I still have not watched that Snyder cut. I honestly refuse.
It's 4 hours.
I know.
That's what the movie. No, that's what the movie is. It's 4 hours.
Right. And I was just,
I can't tell you if it's good or bad.
Like,
it's 4 hours.
It's like I can't do it. Mind you, I'm somebody who went to see Lord of the Rings in the theater, and it's like 3-something hours. Movie. But also Avengers. But again, yeah. Good movies.
But
I'm like,
no,
so
I'm telling you, like, seriously, when somebody asked you, if somebody came up to me and said, yo, Derek, what's the Snyder cut about?
4 hours.
I'd say 4 hours. It's about 4 hours. Like, that's what it is.
Let me tell you something. After like Wonder Woman 84 and my 2.5 hours that I really am about to file a lawsuit about, I'm like, I want my time. I'm going to list the stuff that I could have been fucking doing for 2.5 hours. At the top of this was fucking sleeping.
Oh, man.
At the top of the goddamn list. And I'm like, do y'all know what I can do? I'm like, after that, I was like, let me tell you something. If it doesn't sizzle in my spirit to watch this movie, I am not doing it. I'm not doing it. So yeah, no, fuck that Snyder cut. I don't give a damn. That movie is awful. So then it's like an extra 2 hours of awful. I would rather stick a hot poker in my eye.
I mean, the good thing about it is it did give Cyborg more time. The bad thing about it is then giving Cyborg more time, it also gave his dad more time, and his dad is played by Papa Pope from
oh man,
Scandal. But they didn't let him Papa Pope out.
Wait, Master Monologue didn't get a monologue?
Exactly. Exactly. That was my biggest beef. Like, yo, how y'all gonna give this nigga a stage and don't let him nigga out?
Well, apparently we're getting a Flash movie, so hooray.
Well, Ray ain't gonna be in it because he done ran his way out, so I know Papa Pope won't be in it, so I'm good.
So yeah, and apparently we're getting Aquaman too, and it's like, yay! But Yaya's in it, so I'm like, yay. Blue pink.
Soup.
Definitely soup over there. Okay, bye.
Wow.
So see, I need to get out of here. So the actor category is like Anthony Hopkins won. It's like, seriously, it's Sir Anthony Hopkins. To a certain extent, I get it. But also there were also other people of color, of the men of color, because Stephen, is it Wen or Yoon?
Yoon.
I think it's Yoon. Yeah.
Yoon. He was nominated for Minari. Riz Ahmed was nominated for Sound of Metal. So I was very impressed. Gary Oldman will always be Dracula to me. It's like he can't not be that person. I'm like, I get, oh look, Dracula is Commissioner Gordon. The fuck is going on here? I'm sorry.
It's either that or what is it? The cat from The Professional.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say. He's Stansfield.
Yeah.
He is Stansfield.
I'm sorry.
To
He's
me.
going to be Dracula to me because God, Bram Stoker's Dracula is one of the best.
Shanta, I just put you on a list for hindsight.
Ooh.
For what? For what?
God damn it!
The Professional?
Oh, The Professional. Oh, wow. Okay, so I'll have to actually sit and like really sit down and watch it.
You ain't. It did not age well at all. There's a whole.
It's so bad.
That whole storyline between Leon and the little and Matilda.
Child, I'm sitting here like this is creepy as hell. It's like,
yeah, I'm making a face like, yikes. Ooh.
Because that little girl literally told them he's my lover, and that's when my soul departed my body. That was when I was like, ooh, ooh. Ooh, I was making that Jay-Z face. Ooh.
Yeah, it's gross. Okay. So here was the other category that was super weird to me. So Daniel Kaluuya won Best Supporting Actor. So it also had Leslie Odom Jr., which please wear that gold tux everywhere you need to go. Because my God, it looked good. And also Lakeith Stanfield was also in the supporting role for the same movie. I'm like, so if Daniel and Lakeith were both supporting, who's lead actor in that movie?
The white dude.
The white guy.
Oh, fuck this.
The white dude.
This is a rule. What?
Apparently, because I'm like, mind you, and they didn't have a big role. So that's why I was sitting here like, wait a minute, then who's lead actor? But notice they don't have no lead actor for Judas and the Black Messiah. Anyway. Let me. Yeah, that bothered me. I feel like Daniel could have been in lead actor, but that's neither here nor there. Legend.
But that's what's messed up about the Oscars is at least for me. Like when I was younger, I loved to watch it. Because I love movie. I still love movies, but I mean, like I love that part of it and love seeing a favorite actor win or whatever. Right. But the older I get, the more I realize that it's. That it's so
whack,
subjective. Well, whack, yes, but also like super duper, like really, really, really subjective. Like thinking about when once I realized that Anthony Hopkins was nominated, it was just like, oh, this is an easy choice for a lot of people. They can just pick Anthony Hopkins, and it ain't even got to be about whether or not this movie was good or anything. It's just like, you know what, I can pick Anthony Hopkins. Nobody's gonna say anything about me picking Anthony Hopkins because he's fucking Anthony Hopkins. It's been a long time since he's won an Oscar. Why not go ahead and give him the Oscar? It's just that kind of why not give it to him vibe or give it to whoever can go with any of these whenever any of these people win. It's like when Denzel won for Training Day. Denzel could have won for a whole bunch of shit.
Correct.
But he won, it was like they finally had to give it. It was like it was finally his turn. Yeah. And it's shit like that can kind of come around with people, that it's not even really about the work that you did in that year. It's just like, well, we got to give it to somebody. Might as well give it to him, or her, or whoever, so it's hard to watch and enjoy when that's kind of, behind it. Now you can still of course, if Riz Ahmed had won, if Stephen Yeun had won, if Chadwick had won, it still would have been dope for them, like on a personal level, but just like, as a spectator, it's kind of just like, I don't really care.
Right. Because the thing about it is, even if it didn't go to Anthony Hopkins, if it went to Stephen Yeun, I feel like it would have been a big deal. Because I feel like the last Asian man who won Best Actor was Yul Brynner, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm like, y'all know how long ago that was? So it's like, I would have been like, oh, okay. I still would have been like, what the fuck? It's Chadwick Boseman. But still, I feel like there's a lot that we can go with that, because I'm with you, Shantae. I'm like, I'm sorry. Malcolm X was the Oscar that he really should have won, because I'm like, my God, he was so good as Malcolm X. I like Training Day, but it's also I've seen him play a cop, so I get it. but it's also, this don't seem like a Denzel part. But it's like, sometimes when I look at Training Day, I'm like, is this Oscar worthy? Maybe the end, but I don't know. It's like, I'm just sitting here like, yeah, I don't know. So Daniel Kaluuya won. Soul won Best Animated Feature and Original Score. I was like, oh shit. Now, and Miss Her, she has an Oscar because she won for Best Original Song for Judas and the Black Messiah. It's like, oh my gosh. Trayvon Free, he wrote and directed a short film. He won for his short film. And Mia Neal, Jamaica Wilson, and Sergio Lopez Rivera made history for winning for Best Makeup and Hairstyle. And two of those people are Viola Davis's personal makeup and hairstylist. Makeup artist and hairstylist, I should say. So yeah, there was history that was made. There were snubs that we saw, but it's like, I didn't even realize that. It's like, wow, there's never been a Black person that won makeup and hairstyle. And you're sitting here thinking, yeah, as good as Black people are at hair and makeup, this is weird to me, but also, I'm not surprised at all. So, y'all, it had.
Wait. So the person who won makeup and hairstyling was Regina King's makeup and hairstyling?
Viola Davis.
Viola Davis. Mm-hmm. So, for costume design, did the woman from Coming to America win?
Let me look. I think she didn't. Hold on. Let me pull it up.
I'm asking because her work was gorgeous. Like it was.
So no, it wasn't her, but because she wasn't.
Maybe she was too late.
She wasn't nominated. She wasn't.
Okay,
nominated.
It might have maybe
so
next year.
The winner of it was actually Anne Roth from Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. She's the one who won for costume.
Okay, yeah, I'll take that. Yeah. Maybe Coming to America is going to be next year.
Maybe because I think it came out in January,
something like that.
Yeah, so maybe it might be next year. I'm also noticing that the folks from Bina Diaghilar from Mulan was also nominated for costume design. Sidebar: I really enjoyed the live action Mulan.
Me too.
I really liked it. I was like, I actually kind of fuck with this. I don't miss the songs because I actually kind of just like this better.
That's why I find that it is always better to, and it
just
took
watch it.
Years. Yeah, just
watch it,
and then just go quietly about your business. Like, don't worry about what other people are saying.
Yeah, because I'm waiting for Raya to come.
Yeah, me too. And the Last Dragon.
Because I want to see it. Because I'm like, I have a feeling this is really good. So Disney hasn't had a lot of misses, and I know we all have our different beefs with the live actions. If I had to rate them, I feel like the Jungle
Lion King
Book
at the bottom.
Poor babies. But I would put the Jungle Book at the top because I was very impressed by this.
Oh yeah, that was dope.
And I didn't like the animated Jungle Book. I was like, I'm fucking scared. And also, Shere Khan scares the fucking bejesus out of me in this movie.
Is the greatest classic Disney villain.
Definitely
of all
classic
time.
Villain. Classic villain. You know who's another good Disney villain? And because the movie like fucking sucks, that everybody doesn't miss it.
Gaston.
No.
See how I did that double kill because that's also saying the Beauty and the Beast sucks.
I'm talking about the animated folks. So I have a feeling they are never going to make this a live action because the animated movie was so panned and it wasn't that great. But the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Oh, the villain from that movie is literally one of the best I've ever seen. I'm like, God damn. So if everybody doesn't know, it's Judge Frollo. That is the villain. He's one of the best Disney villains ever. But because he's in a very sucky ass movie, that's why we don't care.
Yeah, to quote the Green Lantern in Teen Titans Go, we don't talk about that. There was a Hunchback in Notre Dame movie, but we don't
and it has one of the best openings in that movie, but that movie sucks.
It's horrible.
But the beginning, some of the like
the art
bells
and
of Notre Dame is like,
it's beautiful.
Right.
But the movie is about, I mean, let's be real.
Talking gargoyles. I'm like, how the fuck did we get here?
Talking gargoyles and a friend-zoned
man. And then the G word that we're no longer saying because it's offensive, y'all.
Exactly.
So we can't do this movie. So we're never going to get it. But also we're not going to get a Pocahontas movie. But no one's asking for that because no. That's it. So let's move on to a new story and next story in low key. So a man went to high school, went to college, got drafted, got into NFL. His last name was Johnson, but because of his jersey number, he changed his last name to his jersey number. He changed it to Ochocinco, which is 85, but not 85. And at first, you will sit here and go like, wow, I'm like, that's not smart. But, this weekend, he decided to be the self-drag that he has been for quite some time. So there was jokes about like, that's not 85, that's 8 and 5. But Chad Ochocinco divulged that he graduated with a 2.2 GPA. And he thinks that's a flex. And I feel like, he is the man who changed his name to Ochocinco and not 85. So there's that. So he decided, mind you, he put up a screenshot of him texting with his child. He said, parenting 101, kids don't understand the sacrifices it takes. So I guess this is his daughter. Daddy, yes, ma'am. Let me know when you go to Token Miami to get some shoes because I'm going to come with you because I want to get these Yeezys that they have. First of all, love yourself more. Who the fuck buys Yeezys? See, never mind. It's like, so you, what? Anyway, he said, you said you were getting a job. I worked at McDonald's by Edison to attain extra stuff I wanted in high school. When I finish school, I'm getting one. When I finish school, I'm getting one. How I'm gonna get a job and I have school and track practice to attend throughout the day. This is what he thought was the mic drop. I caught the bus to school, then went to football practice, caught the bus to McDonald's for a 6-hour shift, all while maintaining a 2.2 GPA and being a star athlete.
Oh my God. That's probably one. That's probably why you had a 2.2 GPA. 2, who knows if you really earned that 2.2 GPA, because it sounds like they were just like, let's keep him eligible so he can keep playing basketball.
Like so he can keep somebody eligible.
Football. Like, yeah, like let's just keep him eligible so he can keep playing football. Like that is
that part.
Like, way to miss what was really going on for you. As far as being like, if you was really as badass as a football player as I'm sure you were, they were pulling strings for you because they pull strings for all kinds of different people. And we all probably know somebody who if they didn't play football well, they probably wouldn't have graduated. Like, let's be for real. Like, nah.
Yeah, I just with Chad.
Come on, coach. Come on in. Come on, coach.
Well, with Chad, I just he's never portrayed himself as being anybody who's the smartest nigga in the bunch. And he came from what? Boca Raton, Florida? Like somewhere around there, where football's everything. So Shantae's absolutely right. I'm sure they pushed him through because niggas out there weren't really looking at education as their way out of where they were living. Like, if you could catch a football at a young age, at that point in time, you were God status, and they were just like, yo, do what you have to do. It's the South. Football in the South is a whole different breed. So he didn't have to worry about it. I'm like, no, it wasn't a 2.2. You know how they have the rule of 4 and they have all these other rules. We got the rule of 8.5. We got the rule of Ochocinco. Whatever grade point average he gives you, take that first number and take 2 off that motherfucker. So if that nigga says he had a 2.2,
he means a 0.2.
He had a 0.2. He had a 0.2.
It's like, I know this nigga not smart. You do realize that's not good.
Nigga, let's be honest. The only reason why he got a 0.2 is because he could point to his stats and be like, y'all niggas better pass me.
Like, yeah, there's no, that's a D. That's a D. There's no reason for anybody to be touting that they had a D average to tell somebody that this is what they need to aspire to, as far as like his, what he did in school. Like, that's a D. Like, there's no, like that, but that just shows that he's not, like Rashanii said, the brother's not smart. That's really
So
what it.
You're not
what it
smart.
comes down
You're
to.
not smart. Oh, he has an update.
He's just not.
Oh, he has an update. So apparently him and his, I think he's trying to say this is his daughter, but because we don't see the top, we don't know if you're being, but apparently he said, his daughter said, why are they going in on us in the comments? It's like, baby, they not going on you. Okay. But then he said, they don't know I'm trolling. That's what makes it funny. I love this shit. It's so funny and entertaining.
Nigga,
They doing too much.
I guess.
Like,
I mean, they could be going in on her. They could be going in
like,
on
who's
her
going on?
as far as
like,
for one stuff.
It was like they went in on me, and it's like, did they though? So this is why I'm like, this is very interesting. It's because someone responded to him. The whole point of becoming successful is so you kids, not you kids don't have to go through what you did. Struggling isn't necessary to make you a good person. He retweeted this and said, look in the mirror. How you giving advice on parenting when your parents failed you? I don't understand. But this is a nigga who headbutted his wife. So I mean, I'm not surprised. So it can't be I'm trolling, but then you're like, you are ugly bitch. It's like, so
here's the thing about Chad.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck college. Okay. I know. A lot of y'all, college is the end all and be all, and that's fine. But there's a lot of other ways to get to where you need to get to other than going to college. I just want to point that out. College is important, but it's not important to everybody. And to me, I had a horrible experience. So fuck college. Chad could have said fuck college.
But he didn't. He could have been like, to the NFL.
Chad could have kept it 100 and been like, you know what? I did what I needed to do to make it to the league. How many of y'all can say that? I bet you can't steal this post. I got a 0.2 and I made it to the NFL and I'm a Hall of Famer. I bet you can't steal this post. We just did a show on Hindsight about the program, which is about a college football team.
Okay. Oh,
and
boy,
so
that's right.
One of the folks that were on there, one of the people that they portrayed in this movie was this dude named Alvin Mack. Alvin Mack was a outside linebacker who was destined to go to the pros. Like he was the end all and be all for defense for this school. Oh. And so when he's getting tutored because he has a 4th grade reading level, his tutor says to him, Alvin, did you learn anything from what I read to you yesterday about exactly about who these two cities were who were in this war? And he was like, it was Detroit and Buffalo. And the dude is like, Alvin, I just read this to you yesterday. And he was like, I'm not worried about that. But then the very next scene, they cut to Alvin in the watching film with the defensive coach. And the coach is like, yo, rookies, this is how you need to be. Alvin, you ready? And Alvin's like, I got that. And he's like, yo, the coach says, if they're running this play on 3rd down, what are we running? Alvin, just like this. I back 32 formation unless they get into the I formation, then we do this and blah, blah, blah. And he's hitting it off like a rapper freestyle. And it's beautiful. It is literally poetry. Everybody's mind isn't made for education.
Right.
Your mind might be made for something else, and there's no shame in that.
Correct.
Until you try and build yourself up. And then once you put yourself on a pedestal, like, you know what, I did this and I did that, and you're humble bragging about it, that's when you get that downfall. Also, if that text message between him and his daughter made it out publicly and he didn't put it out there, then he might want to talk to his daughter about, yo, I didn't want that to get out there. Don't get mad at her. Don't shame her. Don't do anything like that. Just be like, yo, I want to let you know that grade point average isn't something to be proud of. In hindsight, that's what I got, but I was focused on other things in my career.
Yeah.
If you go to college, this is what you should be looking to attain. This is the lesson that he could have had, but instead he wants to pander to the public like he's always done. And that's why Chad Ochocinco got a 0.2, in my opinion, because the nigga's stupid.
Because the thing about it is like, it's interesting that he's saying that this is trolling. I'm like, but you're putting up what you're saying is a conversation between you and daughter. No one asked for this. It's like,
right.
You're saying, I'm just trolling. I'm like, baby, we don't care about you.
I don't care.
See, this is why you and Brandon Marshall, right? It's like, this is why you and Brandon Marshall look like goddamn goofies yelling on YouTube. And Brandon Marshall is dead ass wrong about this. And the fact that he's like, men don't apologize, as he sat there and didn't apologize. It's so super weird when you're like, but you're not apologizing. You ain't shit. I don't know. You don't know nothing, nigga. You just got your wayward lock and you yelling. And you sitting next to Andre Johnson saying, ain't no difference in me and him. I think he said he run fast. And Andre Johnson's like, nigga, I'll beat your ass. Have you lost your goddamn mind?
There's a lot of different ways that this shit could have been handled. And he just chose the wrong way.
It's like, it's like, or you could have just kept it in your group chat. It's like, the heck? Fuck you. Anyway, so
that's really what it is. Keep it in
like,
the group chat.
Please keep it in your dress. These are your text messages. You realize your text messages are only public because you told. And okay, so another person who literally
people
could go to hell is Tyrese. So I saw this on Twitter and it said, someone said, why is Tyrese shaving his girlfriend's coochie on Instagram? I said, what? So he put it on his whole Instagram. It's deleted because, well, obviously. So in the video, you just see her toes and he is using, the razor I'm looking at is like, I feel like that's not even a really good razor, but you know, it's not.
Nigga, ain't you Tyrese? Ain't you Tyrese? You can't afford nothing better than a Bic that you get in the hospital before you get surgery done.
I feel like that's the $5 Bics, girl. I saw the video and went. Now,
because I thought it was like one of those like Venus razors or something.
It is a Venus.
It is a Venus, but I feel like it's a cheap Venus. See, I'm being rude, but he deserves. So this is the same man who, after he was like supposed to be getting a divorce, he was crying, saying, "I want my wife back.
I just want my baby.
I just want my baby." So 4 months later, he now has a new girlfriend named Zelly Timothy. So apparently they've been doing a lot of PDA on the social medias. I don't know. I don't follow that nigga, so I don't know. So apparently, he has a new job. So, I mean, he's in the new Fast movie, which, by the way, the trailer looks very interesting. But it's also fast. So I feel like the next step is space. I don't know if that's going to happen, but I feel like the next step really is space. Like, so are y'all niggas going to be on the moon stealing cars or what? I'm about to do. I'm like,
intergalactic.
It's like, yes, y'all gonna be like in the future. Like this is Jason X. I feel like that should be on your hindsight too.
Not until Halloween.
Woo, Derek, please do Jason X because my God, it's like
if I do Jason X, you gonna be there. See what you done started?
See, I did because I'm like, we got to do this because I'm like, the fuck is that? Why is Jason in space? And also, why are we doing Jason in space? See how that works? Stupid as hell. So apparently his girlfriend was the one recording it. And so it's only him. You only see her toes. You don't see her coochie. At least I hope you don't. Because I refuse to watch this video because my God, no. So she is recording. Her legs are lifted and near Tyrese's head. I'm like, oh, so girl, why? Look, you might as well be like, what in the hell is that nigga from The Diplomats? Not Jim Jones.
Jules Santana?
No,
Zeke?
No.
Cameron.
Yes. You're like, look,
Okay.
you better be giving back. Like, if you want to be like these other niggas on the Instagram, be like Cameron giving back shots and then deleting it. Because I'm like, so who
that
asked? But yes. I was like, So I'm confused. Why, sir? This is why they have the OnlyFans. I feel like, I mean, the strokes weren't that great, but it may be OnlyFans level. This is why I thought this is what this video was going to turn into. She told him to put the creamer on first, mix it with some oil. Because apparently this is his video. I will never ever let go of my king. But does your man shave you though? No.
You know what? I just want to say, as a king, I just want to jump in real quick. No, I don't. No.
Why?
No, I
I'm
don't.
like,
There's
now,
reasons
if I have to
for
tell
why I
him
don't.
what to do,
Exactly.
Well,
I don't want to nick shit. Like that looks like it would be painful. Like, no, I'm scared. I'm scared. Like if I hurt you, I can never go back.
It's just not that special. I feel like there's women. Well, for one, I feel like there's women who like to stay shaved, but end up pregnant, and their partner helps them with that.
Yeah, at that point in time, I did.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's not a novel thing for a dude to shave. It's just like 101 shit. Like fuck out of here.
No, there's these things called professionals, and also unless that's part of your intimacy or your kink, because there's some people who enjoy it. I've watched that episode of Sex and the City, although
I'm sorry.
You know what? Tyrese need to be defunded. I mean, he need to throw in the towel. I don't have time for
abolish Tyrese.
Please abolish him. Defund Tyrese. So apparently he deleted it, or maybe it's on hers. Who the fuck knows? And I'm like, hold on. I need to check something. Because I have a feeling I know what's going to be on this page when I click her name. I just want confirmation because I feel like
what I really want to know is.
Yep, that's what I thought. Nope, gotta go.
when she started filming it, was Tyrese okay with it? Like, did he find that? Like, that's the question I have, because I only saw like a little snippet of it when her feet were already in the air and all that kind of stuff. Was he cool with being filmed, and was he cool with this going online? Like, again, this is another thing, like with Chad and his daughter. Like, yo, did y'all have a talk about what you want to do with this video? There's certain consents that need to happen, even if you're shaving her chocha. Okay, cool. And it's not your chocha on the air. You're just shaving it. You still have an image. You still have a brand. So, like, this is the same thing to me. Remember way back, Shante, when Brian McKnight put out that video about, let me show you how the pussy works. Let me show you how to make it squirt. This that same shit to me. This is in that same realm. You're doing something good, but at the same time, jokes are going to come, and there's no way you can avoid it. Plus, you're Tyrese, so you're going to stay losing. I would have talked with her like, yo, that video stays between us. You don't put that out there. I know you're new to our relationship and all, but I'm trying to have a very private lifestyle.
So I went to her page, and it's literally what I thought it was going to be. But the other part of this, so
okay, I gotta go look for myself.
So Shante, now I've been very vocal about this. Everybody knows how I feel about Leos. I am a Leo, so y'all already know how I feel. This bitch is a Leo.
Oh no, like the attention. She gonna go for it.
This bitch on her story. I'm sorry. This lady, I kind of like her Leo tattoo, but she has a whole story of her being tattooed, and I'm sitting here like, if you had just taught Tyrese how to do this, you could have saved some money. you could have just saved some money because you into him doing these things. But she also has up in her story, wait, let me get this straight. I'm supposed to seek validation with my life from y'all motherfuckers. I don't know. Ooh, got it. And I'm like, but ma'am, you are public.
Okay.
So
I'm looking at her pictures, and a few things. One, she looks very young. She looks very, very young. Two, all of her pictures, she has a really nice, she has nice thighs and a nice physique.
Well, she got a nice booty.
And she's taking pictures that are what we used to call thirst traps. She seems like she's out there, like you said, for the attention, like 100%.
And I think she's our fave Dominican Leo, allegedly. I don't know. Oh, it's several others I could list. I'll go look for that list. I literally will search for any other Dominican woman who is a Leo.
And I mean, I don't know if she was getting these numbers in her, these numbers as far as her pictures or whatnot before Tyrese. I don't know for sure.
Don't know.
But maybe she's just, caught up in the rapture of being in this relationship and having notoriety because of him and because of what she's already doing. But
yeah, so it's really funny. Now we're all old enough to remember how Tyrese made it a point to rail against plastic surgery, makeup, and fake hair. And I'm looking at his choice of girlfriend, and I'm like, yes, this is why I know y'all full of shit.
mm-hmm.
Y'all full of shit. It's like, stop this. Y'all are full of shit. I don't know why y'all be sitting up on this internet lying like a bunch of niggas that lie. It's like, yeah, I'm like, see, you got these under 33-year-old women fooled. I know for a goddamn fact that y'all full of shit.
Yeah, this ain't gonna end well for one of them.
Oh, it's probably, I hope it's Tyrese, because I don't want bad things for this nice young lady.
No, not at all. Not at all. You're absolutely
I can say
right.
a lot. I can say a lot, but it seems like she might be like the type that you're like, oh, hey, how are you? How you doing? Can you tell me about yourself? She probably told me to Google her. And it's like, I don't need to Google Basura. Okay, I already know what it means. See, that's rude. See, Stephanie, gross. I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to be better.
He ain't finished with you yet.
He ain't finished me. God's still working on me, child. He's still working on me. Oh, yeah. So good luck. Tyrese is now, maybe he's going to go to esthetician school. Because, just in case another, The Rock decides to make another movie that his ass ain't getting casted in, and he have a fallback plan. I'm like, he could use this as, like, maybe if he applies to school, he could use this for his video. See, I shave my girlfriend's coochie, so I'm like halfway there. I just need some more tips. Then someone will teach him how to do extractions. Okay, so mid-key. This weekend also, along with the Oscars, we had the memorial for DMX. And I literally thought it was Sunday. And so when I missed it, I said, God dang it, I missed it. But of course, you can go back. There's plenty of clips. I'm glad that there were a lot of people out there. Seemed like people were kind of being safe, but also they're like, bitch, I got that vaccine, and so I can be near you niggas. And I'm like, see, that's not how this works. But okay. It was good to see a lot of the Rough Riders come out. I think a lot of the speeches were done well. And I will say this, Swiss Beats, his speech, it's a black ass speech, because I feel like every black funeral you go to, there's that one person that's going to remind you, where the fuck were y'all when he was alive? And the fact that it's Swiss Beats is interesting, because they're like,
the answer is broke. Like,
I mean,
nigga, where were you?
Where were you? It was kind of like you go, I wish y'all would be around him. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, Swiss. Did I miss you in his IG stories or on his Instagram? Did I miss DMX on your Instagram, or did I miss it? But it's kind of like it's part of the black fume. There's gonna be somebody that speaks that's gonna say, y'all bunch of raggedy bitches for not supporting my nigga when he was alive. And I was maybe a little bit surprised that it was Swiss Beats, but I guess I shouldn't be.
I mean, but you got to be honest when you say Swiss Beats has never been the most aware of the room since back to Alicia Keys.
I mean,
and his wife, Mashonda. So
somebody needed to fight. But I think for me, the best part of this, the clips from the funeral, has to be the relationship between Tashira Simmons and Desiree Lindstrom. So of course, everybody knows Tashira as his ex-wife, but Desiree was his fiance at the time of his passing. Mm-hmm. And one, Tashira looked casket sharp, and two, for the fact that she said, I'm a real woman, I do grown woman things, and she said, you do grown women things, and to see literally the love between those two, you don't typically see that a lot. So I think that just marks how much of a grown woman Tashira really is and how much Desiree is. So to see them embracing was just a beautiful moment. And I was just like, see, y'all need to stop acting like black women so catty they can't support one another. They can. And so this is what sucks. It's like, we don't always get to see that. I'm like, it's like we know it, but we're just like, it's good to see it on camera, and then other people can see it. They're like, oh my God, this is like a unicorn. It's like, it's truly not, but I feel like for some people it does feel like a unicorn, and it's not. But one, that's probably why I've always kind of liked Tashira Simmons. She always just seemed like he a cheating ass nigga and we over, but you know, he the father of my kids. That's it. I'm never going to hate him.
Mm-hmm.
And so that means I feel like in her heart, she couldn't possibly hate Desiree. I feel like she just couldn't do it. She's like, she not the reason that we not together. It's his ass, his cheating ass, and his like him cheating, and also his issues with drugs. Again, Swiss Beats, baby, he been on drugs since he was 14. So please don't do that. Please don't. Ever, sir. You cheater. Shut the hell up. Sorry. See, there I go. But
there's nothing quite like when somebody who DMX and Swizzy were together at the very least when DMX put together his second album, which came out, you know, in 98.
Right.
I'm almost certain that in the studio where they were putting these beats and these songs and this production and everything together, there were drugs.
Yeah.
Because I've been in the studio before. I am also very certain that Swizzy didn't say anything to curtail any of the drugs that were going around there. Being an ally is fine.
Right.
But being an ally after the fact is just cowardly. You didn't stand up during the time when he was actually doing the drugs and like, X, your family needs you. You don't need to be doing this, X. Let me walk you the right way, whatever it may be. So you can't stand there at his funeral and be like, I may not have helped out, but I wasn't the only one who didn't help out. If you say we all failed him, I'd be okay with you saying we all failed DMX. I mean, I'd still say you did it more than me, nigga, because you had access to him, but I'd understand. But for you to point the finger at everybody else to say that they failed your nigga, nah.
Yeah. That's what I was like, see, and that's like, that's so part of Black funerals. It's like, There's always that one person that's like, where the fuck were y'all when, nigga, where the fuck were you? Like, what we doing?
Nigga, I know where the fuck you were. You were at the studio with him.
The thing about it is like, it's weird to be like, where were y'all? It's like, but the thing about it is, there are thousands of people risking the Rona. They may not have the vaccine to come and pay respects to DMX. So it's like, to a certain extent, I hear you, but however, all these people are actually here. They could literally be like, I could literally be at home watching paint dry, Swiss Beats. You have millions of dollars and you are living with that lady who got y'all food and thinks she don't wear no fucking makeup. Yeah, I said it, because fuck y'all, okay? It's like, you know what? Oh my God, it's so, we should just be natural. Ma'am, please sell that to people who don't know makeup. Okay.
I'm just saying, you have an opportunity to help somebody, but don't be there after the fact like y'all didn't help him either. Like,
that's what I'm saying. I was like, okay, so I feel like this roasts me the wrong way because one, it seems like he had a heart attack suddenly. So it wasn't like he had been sick for a while and had been in hospice. That's totally different. Because y'all not doing all this shit for Black Rob.
Nope.
He died too.
Here's the thing. I have just as much of an issue. No, not just as much.
Oh yeah, I have
an issue with people. No, I'm not talking about Black Rob. Like that when he died, I was like, whoa. I have an issue.
I'ma get you.
I have an issue with people who don't help when they could have helped. Just as I have an issue with people who record themselves helping when they do help. So these are two completely different sides of the spectrum. But if you're sitting here looking at homeless people like, why didn't anybody else feed them when you could have fed them, when you have the money to do so? I have an issue with you. At the same time, if you're right here with the selfie camera taking pictures, or with the camera taking selfies while you're cooking every bit of food, exactly, I have an issue with you too. So, Swizzy, for you to ask where anybody else was, I have an issue with that. But knowing Swizzy and the way his life is led, if he had helped him, he probably would have been like, man, me and X are going to the fucking rehab right now so he can get right. And ain't nothing. You're shaming him by helping him.
Yeah. So here's the thing. So this is why I have a bigger thing with Black Rob. The fact that he had a GoFundMe and Diddy is a whole billionaire. It's like, why the fuck are we doing a GoFundMe and Diddy is a billionaire? That is literally 50 cents in your pocket. You better get 5 cents in your goddamn pocket. What the why y'all, excuse me, Diddy is right there, Mr. Take that. It's like, why is nobody coming after Diddy? It became like everybody felt no. Why is it everybody on Bad Boy except maybe to a certain extent Faith Evans, but also it's probably because she's a songwriter. Might be the reason why she's a little bit different, but everybody else, yeah, they don't have love stories. They don't have like longevity in the field that is music. Nobody has a good story. There's no way Black Rob should have died that way. Period. I don't care if you hadn't talked to him in years. You're a fucking billionaire. Like, I'm not, open your purse. We should not be asking people. And it's like, Diddy, you could have just did it. It's like, even if you're like, well, I can't save him. Well, then you can make sure his family is not struggling to take care of him, take care of his funeral arrangements. I'm like, you could just do that. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? But y'all want to tell me what Diddy think. I don't give a fuck what Diddy thinks about anything at all. Not even the fucking weather. What you think about the weather? I don't give a goddamn what that nigga think. Not with Black Rob dying the way that he did. Absolutely not. You can leave me the fuck alone. Because you want to let Kim Porter die that way. I know that's the mother of your children, but it's like still somebody that you care about who literally, I'm sorry, helped make you rich, bitch, because he surely didn't make himself rich. He helped you make you rich, and you couldn't have just buried him without just alleviate something. It's like, I wasn't there, but I'm going to make sure this is not something y'all got to deal with. Going in the debt to bury somebody. Go ahead, Rashanii.
Didn't Black Rob, wasn't he a big reason why Puff Daddy and the Family, Puffy's first CD, where Puffy couldn't rap at all, and the nigga literally said, I don't write rhymes, I write checks. Didn't Black Rob show up on a lot of those songs and help him go platinum on that album?
I mean, Black Rob came after Biggie died, and so yeah, I mean, but I think
But no, what I'm saying is residual. Shouldn't he be getting something? Shouldn't he have gotten something?
Who knows? But see, that's the thing. But that's the thing. Diddy, Sean Combs is a scumbag. If you look at him as a scumbag, bottom line, it totally makes sense that every last one of his artists outside of like what Stephanie said, like Faith Evans, they end up in a worse situation or a bad situation than they did before they got into it. Like they ride they live in, and everything is dope for a little bit, but eventually their shit falls off and Diddy's shit keeps on rising. And that's basically it. I mean, the nigga is I don't know if the right word is a succubus, but that's all I can think of. It's just that
sounds
kind of
about
thing
right.
Where he takes the life force of other people, he takes what he can get from them, and then once they can no longer perform anymore, whatever that performance is, then he will move on to the next thing. And until it got to the point where his star was big enough where he didn't necessarily need to have artists under him anymore. He didn't need to be on anybody's, he didn't need to be all in their videos.
All up in the videos.
And all on their songs and stuff. Once he became, capital D Diddy, then he didn't need artists anymore. But for a time, yes, he was on people's shit. He was out there, but he is, what it is? What is it? The record industry industry rule
4080.
80. Yeah, record company
labels are shady.
Shady. That's him. That's that nigga. Him.
Yeah.
God damn.
And there's talent that goes through there, but it's like they're mismanaged. They sign bad deals.
They gotta walk to get cheesecake.
I was like, I wish the fuck up. What? I'm sorry. Why is walking to get you cheesecake the flex? I was like, I still don't understand that. And so who was I? I was watching Rodney the Voice on YouTube, and he was playing a song by the girl that used to be in Diddy Dirty Money, Kalina, not Dawn Richards, the other one. So he was playing a bop. I got to figure out what song it was because I was like, that's her. I like this song. It's like there's talent. It was like, but no way that a billionaire should have let Black Rob die that way. Because if this is a white billionaire, y'all have came after his ass. What the fuck? Why are you not helping? But it seemed really, that thin wall of we can't be just attacking the brother. Y'all don't know what their situation is. I know that man is dying. That man is dead
exactly
now.
That's exactly how they do. Like it's one thing, like they're quick to criticize certain people, but then on the flip side, whenever somebody might be justifiably being criticized, they quick to be like, well, we don't know what was really going on.
We don't know what was going on in the situation. I know that man in a bed dying. He's a billionaire. They only asked for $50,000. That's not a lot to a billionaire. It's not a lot to a millionaire either.
And that's the other thing too. It's like, Diddy saying he's a billionaire, and who knows if all that money is like real money, saying that he's a billionaire. But nigga, you got 50K. You got 50K. That's
you earned 50K last month. Nigga, fuck you.
Like, you got it. Like, there's just something, there's a certain point with some, it's like, nigga, you rich. I know you rich. Like, we might, do you have, like, can you buy, like, a private jet whenever you feel like it kind of shit? Like, there's probably shit that's out of the realm of possibility, even though you talking like it is in the realm of possibility. But you got 50K, nigga. You got it. There's no reason for somebody like that to be doing a GoFundMe.
It's like, no way. And the bad part about he got as much as he did because he's Black Rob. And you're pulling on people who like, I don't know if I'm gonna get a fourth stimulus, but I got this $20 and I'm gonna give it to Black Rob. It's like that's what we're looking at. Nigga, you could open your fucking purse.
But that's how that's how people who don't have it move. When people don't have it, they will give that money. They will kick out that $20 to somebody if they think that $20 can help. And somebody who really does have it, they act like they can't do it.
I'm strapped.
And then we'll turn around and say that's the reason why I'm successful and you're not, because you give money to people and I teach them how to, like them niggas who were talking about they'd rather have a meal with Jay-Z where they learn how to make $80 million than to get $80 million. That's them folks. Like, no, Puffy, I don't need you to teach me how to make $500,000. I need you to give me $500,000. Don't be the gateway. Don't be the gatekeeper to, like, nigga, you could have saved a life. You could have. Period. That's what it all boils down to. And I hope he can't sleep thinking about that shit. But I know he sleeps like a baby. He sleeps just fine. Everything the nigga does ends up being okay for him. Every time that he's involved with one of his artists, he comes out okay. His artist comes out fucked up. It's not just Black Rob. It's also Shine. It's also Biggie. It's also Faith. It's also Little Kim. It's also Craig Mack. It's also Day 26. It's them niggas who got the cheesecake. It's Danity Kane. It's all the way down. Where the fuck is 112 at? Where the fuck is Wallace?
I was like, who the fuck is Wallace? I'm like, damn. I'm like, I got to go down the Diddy rabbit hole. I'm like, who the fuck is Wallace? Because let me tell you something. 112 made the bops, but that verses was like, I feel like I don't like Jagged Edge enough for this, and this really ain't. That's not the battle that I was looking for, quite frankly. It really should have been Drew Hill, but that's never mind. Let me be quiet because I don't want to rile you niggas up. Y'all probably think that y'all probably still on this. Well, I don't want to rile up the niggas who think that Chris Brown is Usher's fucking contemporary. He ain't.
I'm not.
And even on his worst day, even on his Usher Bucks day. Wait, why are you not happy with Usher?
I'm not happy with Usher right now because my beloved wife Nisha let me know in the car. She jumped me. I wasn't ready for it. You know me. To know me is to know that I'm a big Hamilton head right now. Like I listen to Hamilton at least 3 times a week.
Okay.
So when she hopped up and played Usher's version of Wait For It from the Hamilton mixtape, I was taken aback. That's why I don't like Usher right now. That's all. That's it. It's really petty.
Yeah,
it's really small.
Really is, and that's why we're gonna move on. So you know what? We're not doing this for Usher Raymond IV. We're not doing this. I get it.
His first name is not Usher.
I finally saw Hamilton, so I kind of get it. I get it.
His first name is not Usher, madam. His first name is Usher.
Usher.
USHA.
You know what?
Usher. Hey, you hear that new Usher yet? Usher.
Oh my god.
Or the Usher. It's like,
hey,
you got the Usher.
Like, no, Usher is when you're at church and you need to find a seat. Usher.
Oh no, if you get finding churchy folks, that's what they call them, Usher.
I'm gonna put video on mine again, just so you can look me in my eye when I explain this to you. When you're at church and the old church mothers are coming in, they get helped out by an Usher. Usher helps them to their seat. Young niggas on the block, when they find out that new Usher done came out, it's a whole different face thing. Yo, you hear that new Usher? Usher.
This is why I'm sitting here like, y'all are telling me the nigga who can't get off the booger sugar for at least 3 weeks is going up against the nigga who got a fucking Las Vegas residency. And he's literally the long lost Super Bowl halftime show that we deserve. I know y'all fucking lying to me. It's like, I need y'all to stop. That's it. Your parents need to love y'all better. Stop sniffing paint. Stop licking walls. What the fuck y'all doing? I'm like, y'all have lost your mind. It's like
some words having Campbell is like, I could have been Usher.
He really could have, and I'm like, I'll allow it because it's fucking Tevin Campbell. But like, stop trying to pull Usher in. I'm like, if you gonna give him somebody, give him somebody better. I said it, and no, it's not Justin fucking Timberlake. You know, good goddamn well, it ain't never gonna be.
You know what would have liked to see
Timberlake can't be in no verses. I don't want to see him in no verses anyway. You can't. This is blacks only.
You know, white folks are gonna make a verses, right? And it's gonna be VERSES.
It's like, verses. I'm like, so are we just singing verses or rap? What are we doing? It's like, what are we doing? This is why y'all can't. This is why we can't have shit. Okay.
We got the Eagles versus Fleetwood Mac.
And Fleetwood Mac is winning. Rumors alone, bitch.
We've got Reba McEntire and Dolly Parton. Come see Dolly, us on
bitch.
Versus.
Don't even think that Reba.
Who do you got against Britney and Christina Aguilera?
I would watch it too. It's like, let me tell you something. Wait, Britney versus Christina is like, okay, so this is the verses we didn't ask for, but I'm here for it.
So, you know, they're going to do that.
I mean, I'm just saying, I get it. It's like, no. Okay, so last story in Mid-Key is actually a couple of stories about, actually, no, it's just the doctor story. This is Dr. Rosario to you. So apparently we are on the Zoom. We're still in we're in the pepperoni pizza and we still doing Zooms. So this is the thing about pronouns and titles, folks. Hi, HR here. If someone gives you their pronouns and their titles or tells you how to pronounce their name, you use it. You do not have to look at what it says on my Zoom title, because it's like when you're on a Zoom, for people who don't know, you can either, if you don't change it, you can change it whenever you want. But if I change it to 100% that bitch and I'm in a professional Zoom, I hope y'all won't call me 100%. So 100%. I mean, I feel like that's fine, but I feel like I'll get a talking to. So why do you have bitch in your title? Because I'm 100% that bitch. That's why. But I'm at work. So they had like all right, so I'm going to read this all out. So a zoning commissioner in Greensboro, North Carolina. So you already know how this is going. We're in the South because this is how it's going. So he is in a electable and voted in position. He's out of said position by a unanimous vote because he refused to acknowledge a Black doctor's title during a public meeting, meaning that no one didn't drop this out. This is for the public. Everybody can see this. So in the meeting, Tony Collins was talking I think she had spoke, and then he was responding to her. He called her Mrs. Rosario. And he said, so Mrs. Rosario, Dr. Rosario. So Mrs. Rosario, it's Dr. Rosario, because I think the reason that she repeated it, because when you're on Zooms, sometimes you always don't hear, like, wait a minute, I'm sorry, did somebody say something? So that's why the second time she said it, she didn't say it nasty, because that's happened on Zooms, like, oh, I'm sorry, what did you just say? So then he looked up at the screen and said, well, it says Carrie Rosario on your thing. Hi, Carrie. It's actually Dr. Rosario. So she did this multiple times, and she said, I wouldn't call you Tony. She said, please, sir, call me as I would like to be called. That's what I identify myself, because she said, I wouldn't just call you Tony. Mm-hmm. So you see this clip. So apparently during the meeting before, somebody else called her Mrs. Collins, and she corrected them. So it's not like he didn't know. Mm-hmm. Other people she had to correct. And the thing about it is, if she has literally told you she's a doctor, why should she have to put Dr. Carrie Rosario when you probably still would have called her Carrie or Miss Rosario? You're acting like because it don't say doctor and you're going to fix it. No, you weren't going to say it anyway, bitch. So why are you acting like she wrong? But the fact that I have a feeling, because apparently after the Zoom ended, people called and like people apologized to her. Apparently he left her a voicemail and apologized. Yeah, you can keep it. So he got voted out, but I have a feeling it's mostly because of the public response to it, as opposed to us thinking like, so why didn't you just, or better yet, why didn't anybody on that call step in and say, hey, hi, so Tony, if she's asking you to call her doctor, can you just like, can you just call her doctor? Is it an issue? It's like, because it seemed like it was an issue to call a Black person a doctor, but I have a feeling it's because Tony is no doctor.
Tony a hating ass motherfucker. That's what
ain't
he is.
Though. And that's why that nigga ain't got no job.
That's so childish, though. That's so childish.
Right.
Like just.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Shanta.
It's just a strange thing to just be stubborn about how somebody wants to be addressed, especially something like that. Because it's like I'm sure he's come across dudes who are doctors, and if he has mistakenly not called them something or whatever, and they've corrected him, he's probably called them, Dr. So-and-so or whatever. It's just weird. It's just like, why wouldn't the person, and also too, I mean, maybe the person wants, when they're speaking, if they're, depending on whatever kind of doctor they are, they want, whoever's listening to know that they're a learned person. So, they are Dr. So-and-so. They're not just some regular motherfucker, out here. So why shouldn't their title, why shouldn't they be addressed with their title? Like
by their own title. Yeah, I don't.
When my mom got to where she worked to be before she retired, it was I think she was like vice president of the company, something like that. She worked hard to get to where she was, though.
Yeah.
There was always at least one guy in the telemeeting that they would have who always would try and flex and test the boundaries of what was acceptable to be said to this woman who was their manager, or who was, literally under only one person. And on one point, the president of the company was about to speak up and stand for my mom. And I'm not saying this to reflect it back on why didn't this woman do this, but my mom was like, I don't need your voice. If I use your voice in this one situation, they're going to always expect your voice to be my voice. Like, that's you speaking for me. I can take care of this myself. And she checked the fuck out of that young man because he was in the wrong. She checked the fuck out of that white boy because he was in the wrong. It's not always like that, though. Where the fuck was everybody else to check the fuck out of this dude who kept getting brolic? Like your silence is literally encouraging him to keep going with his bad behavior, with his poor decisions.
Correct.
And so it's not difficult for you to simply turn to him. And it's even better if y'all are friends to turn to him and see like, yo, chill. You know what the doc's name is. Call her by her name. Call her by what she wished to be called.
Correct.
The crazy thing about it is this is an everyday occurrence. And it's like, you want me to call. There's folks who will say, you need to call my mother or father Mr. or Mrs. or whatever because they're older and you got to respect your elders. That's cool. I need you to call me by my pronouns. It's the same disrespect.
Yeah.
Except mine is life and death and yours is just, you know, you want me to kowtow to your parents who ain't really done shit to or for me. So
correct.
Nah.
Correct. Just it was like she had the composure that Black women in corporate spaces have to.
Yep.
And I'm just like, you know what's bad? The bad part about it is if she had literally laid him out, he would have deserved it. But here's the rub. If she had, then all of a sudden everybody would have piped up and said, okay, let's move on. It's like, wait a minute, why did I have to get to 17 when I was on 7? Y'all didn't want to correct him. And now you want to tell me after, do it in the moment. Stop apologizing to us like, oh my God, that was so crazy. I'm like, why are you saying something now? You saw it then.
You know what never stops being absolutely infuriating is when somebody does some fuck shit and people console you in private messages.
Right. Like, oh,
when they were there publicly.
I saw that. I'm like, and you said nothing because.
Oh, I can't believe he did that to you. I can't believe that he tried to make that stand. Where were you when it actually happened?
When it happened.
Where was his voice?
Yeah. Yeah, remind me to tell you a story about a clubhouse room later, Rashanii. Because I don't know why these kids want to play with me because, baby, I'm not the one nor the two. And please, oh, baby, I've been an adult for way too long and I know how to play this. But yeah, anyway, so let's move on. Let's start in high key. And I cannot believe I'm putting him in high key, but I'm putting him there for a reason. So Mr. Tyler Perry, he won an award yesterday.
Awesome.
He accepted the Jean Hersholt Humanitarian Award for his work feeding and helping others during a pandemic. So the other people who have won this award at the Oscars is Oprah, Angelina Jolie, Harry Belafonte, Debbie Reynolds, and Gina Davis. Oh, rest in peace, Debbie Reynolds. She's adorable. I just miss her. So part of his speech, which was a little bit long, there is a snippet that is on the timeline of people having an issue. So I'm going to read the whole, give more context to the quote, but I still got an issue with it. And have another quote from something else that'll make this tied in. So he said during his speech, my mother taught me to refuse hate. She taught me to refuse blanket judgment. And in this time, and with all the internet and social media and algorithms and everything that wants us to think a certain way, the 24-hour news cycle, it is my hope that all of us, we teach our kids, and I want to remember, just refuse hate. Don't hate anybody. I refuse to hate someone because they are Mexican or because they are Black or white or LGBTQ. I refuse to hate someone because they are a police officer. I refuse to hate someone because they are Asian. Now, the sentence, I refuse to hate someone because they are a police officer, is what's on the timeline right now. No, in a more, that gives more context that he's like, my mama told me not to hate nobody. And, you know, we all in the peplum dress. So, you know, we all got to be together. And I'm like, that is very nice at the Oscars. At the BET Awards a few years ago, he said this. While everybody was fighting for a seat at the table talking about hashtag Oscar so white, I said, y'all go ahead and do that. But while you're fighting for a seat at the table, I'll be down in Atlanta building my own. When I started hiring Taraji, Viola Davis, and Idris Elba, Idris act like he don't know you, ho. I'm sorry, he gives you the Mariah Carey treatment. I don't know her. I don't know. They couldn't get jobs in this town, but God blessed me to be in a position to be able to hire them. I was trying to help somebody cross. In a time where my counterparts were making way more than I was, Tyler Perry was the first to pay me my worth. That is to what Taraji's had, and to a certain extent, he is, because he got top billing in the Tyler Perry movie, and because it made so much, it was easy for her to have the discussion. So I actually give that to Taraji. Tyler Perry also said, every dreamer in this room, there are people whose lives are tied into your dream. Own your stuff, own your business, own your way. So it's very interesting that you're saying something different. To a certain extent, it's not apples and oranges, but it's very interesting from Tyler Perry. So
I've always had a problem when we talked about this before, if I'm not mistaken, Shanta, the whole idea of the building of a table, which is cool, you know, as long as you're inviting other people to sit at it. Like, you can't build your own table and then be like, all right, this is a new cool kids table. That's just
you need a writing table, sir, and an editing table. But go ahead.
Right? Like, if you're gonna have these
Invite
shows where you're crowing about how you putting out shows like Sisters where it's all black women, but you're the only writer, so there's nobody to bounce your bullshit off of, then you're not helping anybody. Yeah, you're helping out black actors and black actresses, but you're not helping out black writers. You're not helping out black directors. You're not helping out this whole other genre of people who are looking for a way into the industry and can find it through you, because you don't want to give up that power, even though you get more power if you just gave up the motherfucking spot, you motherfucking bitch. So that's why I don't like Tyler Perry.
He had to take a big gulp, y'all. It's like, it was coming. It's like, let's go.
That's why I don't like Tyler Perry. Because every single time that he says he's doing something, he's really not. And there's a ton of people out there who will say, well, I've done this for this person, but that benefited you. Taraji became a star not because of you, but in spite of you, because honestly, I still don't know how she got on that goddamn boat.
And I told somebody else this. I'm like, this is why I'm never going to watch that movie. I'm like, they're like, you're not going to get the jokes. I'm like, no, I'm pretty I'm on the uptick, so I know what the jokes are. It's just, I'm not doing this. I don't know. No, don't want to know, because then I'm gonna be mad. And the fact that Tanja interviewed his ass and he still didn't answer the question, and it was just like, so nigga, you don't know how she got on the boat either.
Besides, Baby Boy was done by John Singleton.
You know,
that was her first big scene. Her first big film in 2001 was done by John Singleton, which means that you didn't discover her. Yeah, she may not have gotten other roles, but she would have gotten other roles regardless, because she's a fucking star. You did nothing with her but put her in these movies where she was just.
So the thing about it is like he couches it in I discovered her, which is not true. You're right. It's not. She is losing her, like, I got top billing in a Tyler Perry movie and it's made a whole bunch of money. So when I ask for more money in these white movies, they give it to me.
Why?
Because Tyler Perry has very low budgets, but then he makes like $40-50 million at the box office. And it's like, oh, well, you're a bankable star. So yeah, this makes sense.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, why would white folks give you money just because you were in a Tyler Perry movie? Most folks I know would have been like, go back.
Well, I'm talking about like the bankable box office numbers. I think it's just the money.
Oh yeah,
sure. I mean, it's just the money.
No, I'm not debating that at all. I'm just angry at him for thinking that his.
This is why Idris act like he don't know your ass. He'd be like, "What you talking about?"
You're literally discounting all of their talent by saying that them being in your movie is what made you a star. Exactly.
See, this is the part that I have a problem, because I didn't even realize he said Viola Davis, and I'm like, so I have an issue with you saying Viola. Excuse me, the black
excellence.
The black excellence that Viola Davis is, y'all lucky she don't make no fucking music, because she been an EGOT by now.
Mm-hmm.
So for you to be like, you claiming this for Viola, acts like she ain't been fucking doing this for God knows how long. And also, she was in Shondaland for how many years?
Mm-hmm.
Making Shondaland better. I mean, she had Carrie, she had everybody else. However, it's like, it's Viola fucking Davis, queen of screen and theater. I know you fucking lying if you thinking that because she was in my movie. I'm like, you mean the random movie, Medea's fame. Medea goes to jail.
I'm glad you said it because I was wondering what movie she was in.
She was in Medea. She was. I'm trying to think if she was like a therapist or a police. I don't know what the fuck she was because she. And also he had Derek Luke in there. That literally the best crier I've ever seen in my life. You had fucking Antoine Fisher in your movie. It's interesting. You ain't listing him. Idris Elba did not get where he was because he was in Daddy's Little Girls. Fuck that movie, by the way. And I love Gabrielle Union, but it's still fuck that movie, okay? Oh my God, if you die, what happens to my kids? You're their fucking father. Are you fucking kidding me? You their daddy. Why are you at what? See, now I'm getting mad. But The Family That Prays really is amazing. I noticed you not throwing Alfred Woodard in that list.
Or golly.
Sanaa
Lathan. And if we really
Gabrielle
want to be about
too.
if we really want to be about it, what's the name of the woman who was in Misery? Didn't
Kathy Bates?
Yeah, it's like you can't say nothing about Kathy Bates because you ain't make Kathy Bates.
Can't you say that about white people? Didn't you make white people?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you just saying you made black people? Because you think white folks are gonna believe it because they don't pay attention.
Like,
what exactly
the people you're talking about, I'm like, so Viola Davis busted her ass. So did Taraji P. Henson. You didn't It's kind of like she can use the box office numbers to get the money for a top billing in a white movie, but please don't think if you didn't put her in a movie, she wouldn't be nowhere. And it's like, that's complicated for me. That's why it's like I have a complicated issue with Tyler Perry. I don't knock anybody who likes his stuff because it's like, that's fine. It's like, I get it. It's like, that's fine. But I think sometimes what he says is so weird when he frames it and says, I just can't hate nobody, but you telling us that I ain't depending on no white people, I'm gonna build my own table. I'm sorry, baby, what are you talking about? It was like, I was like, wait a minute, why does this sound different? Because you in this room full of white people. Exactly. But for BET, you want to come and say, we need to make our own table. I'm like, you don't hire no writers and no editors because they have a fucking union. You don't want to pay them. Let's be very honest. So like, please spare me. It's like, it's like you see, I'm like, you almost got me. See, there you go. I'm like, I'm not telling anybody not to like Tyler Perry. That is not what we saying. Well, hold on. I can't speak. I'm sorry. I had to clean that up. I was like, wait a minute. Let me say I only speak for me.
So I one day for Ratchet Book Club, I am going to read Animal Farm. Just so y'all know, and you're prepared for it mentally, Ratchet Book Club is going to read Animal Farm.
Oh,
because there's so much shit that happens in Animal Farm that niggas are just missing. But Tyler Perry, in a comparison to Animal Farm, Tyler Perry is crowing that I kicked all the humans off my farm, and now it's a farm just for animals. And then as soon as he gets everybody off the farm, all the white folks off his farm, he want to act like a white person. He starts walking on two legs. Now all of a sudden he wants to act just like them. We looking back and forth like we can't tell the difference between you and them white people, Tyler. Yeah, you have that place out in Atlanta. Yeah, you did Avengers Endgame over there. Yeah, you brought Wakanda to Atlanta. Yeah, that's great and all that. But what have you done for the folks who don't have voices? You know who don't have voices? The people who want to write.
People who take out billboards to be in your stuff. And you're like, oh my God, why are you doing that? But then you hired her. I'm like, so it worked, is what you're saying.
I'm cool.
It's just
I'm cool on Tyler Perry for a million different reasons past what everybody makes fun of him about.
It's like, do I like that you help people in the pandemic? Absolutely, because that is a humanitarian thing. But I really wish, like your work, you would edit yourself when you talk. Because I'm like, I don't think you realize how that sounds. And it's pretty fucked up to be like, we need to stop hating each other. But I'm going to build my own table. Fuck these white people. I'm sorry. It's like, wait, what, sir? And I'm like, and also, why are you actually acting like it wasn't because outside was closed last summer? All of a sudden, white people are like, oh my God, there's racism in the police force. Oh my God, where the hell have I been in your white bubble, bitch? Mm-hmm. It's like literally, we had to have a global pandemic. It had to shut down for people for white people to realize when we say Black Lives Matter, it's because when something happens to us, y'all act like it's not a big deal. That somebody stands on somebody's neck for 9 minutes and 36 seconds. Yes, thank you, Trial, for clearing that up. That's literally burned into my brain. I wish it didn't live there rent-free. That is not okay. Literally, the only reason why it's more white people on the side of this is fucked up is because y'all can't argue against it. There's no, you could argue against, for some odd reason, y'all argued against Tamir Rice in some weird ass reason. Y'all argued against Mike Brown. Y'all argued against Eric Garner. You argued against Trayvon Martin, who was not killed by a police officer, but literally he gets the same kind of privilege, which, interesting. But for this, you couldn't, because literally everything was closed outside and you had nothing else to focus on, and all them shows were on break because it's a pandemic and they stopped filming and, you know, outside's closed. You're like, oh my God, this is what Black people go through? Girl, George Floyd wasn't the only tragedy that happened within that 3 fucking month period. And that is the bad part. There were others that we're just finding out about, because I had no idea who Pam Turner was in Texas. I'm like, wait, who the fuck is Pam Turner? Like, what are you talking about? And this happened in 2019. Yeah. Last story is Ma'Khia Bryant. Not what happened to her. How y'all have literally been proving our point when we talk about when it comes. This is why after the verdict was read and then they had everybody and their mama coming to talk. I appreciate Sandra Bland's cousin talking. Like, are you excited? And she was just like, I'm Sandra Bland's cousin. What the fuck do you mean? It's like she's not unhappy for George Floyd's family, but realize that's not going to happen for her cousin Sandy. How do you think that makes her feel? Emmett Till's family was with George Floyd's family. Emmett Till. It's like, y'all don't, like, it's like, that's the kind of bullshit that we're talking about. Emmett fucking Till. So if y'all have not been sitting under a rock, it's just that y'all have been extremely predictable about Ma'Khia Bryant. And there's like literally several different ways about how her name is being spelled. I honestly, it doesn't even matter what the spelling of her name is. Kind of like if you spell it Makhia, okay. If you spell it Mikiyaah, okay. All of, like, I'm trying to figure out how her name is spelled. I think it is Makhia is her name, how it's spelled. If I'm correct, I think that is how her name is being spelled. There's also an apostrophe in the mid between the A and the K, but for a hashtag, of course, it's not going to be it's not going to work for a hashtag. So they had the memorial, and so someone put it out on their Facebook. FYI, I went to the memorial yesterday and spoke with Ma'Khia Bryant family and friends. Those girls, one was a 28-year-old adult, had come to Ma'Khia Bryant's foster home 3 days in a row trying to fight her. The foster mom is the one who had the girls come fight Ma'Khia, claiming she was unruly. Everyone in the entire house was against Ma'Khia, and when her father came, she finally felt safe enough to come out and fight. Imagine a 15-year-old or 16-year-old, depending on who you ask, thinking process of having to fight a 28-year-old and others, and her own foster mother calling to have her beat up. Ma'Khia's little sister is the one who made the 911 call 3 days straight, all by herself. I'm sure Ma'Khia was extremely scared, but felt she had to be brave and protect herself by any means necessary. This information hasn't come out in the media just yet, but if the investigation is done properly and there's transparency, you all will hear about it. Had the cop tased her or simply attempted to stop her from stabbing the girl, he could have found that out, and that's why he, along with the foster mother and all, why is one of these, all the and all the adults are at fault. And that's all I have to say. So there was a young man who got shot in a school bathroom. I believe he was 17. Apparently his girlfriend came home with bruises, so her mama called the police. Police went to the school and shot him. I have seen more sympathy for that boy than a young woman who literally was defending herself. And people are literally bending themselves up, getting on the fucking Google to look up how police training, and using phrases, center mass to defend why shooting 4 times a 16-year-old girl like a dog is okay. And literally, and you're saying, well, that officer saved that other girl's life. That boy that got shot allegedly put his hands on someone's daughter. See, that wouldn't have been the call. The call would have been, so I just beat this boy with an inch of his life because he put his hands on my daughter. That boy is getting more sympathy than Ma'Khia Bryant. And you're proving the point. This is why I had a problem with Kamala Harris talking about police brutality and saying especially black men. I said, stop doing that. Stop doing that. Because then literally you act like when it is black women who get killed or sexually assaulted, like in Oklahoma, hello, Officer Hortzclaw. When that happens, when they get sexually assaulted in custody, and because there are state laws that say police officers can have consensual sex with people they arrest, and it's like, I'm sorry, how are you making sure this is consensual if he's arresting me? This is why I have a problem with y'all doing that. Y'all are finding every reason not to just go, yeah, shooting her down like a dog, 4 bullets in her is a issue. Y'all literally finding ways. But y'all got hashtag protect black women and hashtag girl man in y'all bios. Y'all can just delete that shit right on out because y'all don't believe that. Don't put girl dad in your bio because Kobe is no longer with us. Don't put protect black men protect black women because Dwayne Wade and LeBron James tweet that shit out. Y'all don't believe the words you say because you can't even just say, look, what the fuck happened to her should not have happened, especially when she was defending herself. Her mama can't even, she's like, I have trouble just saying I only have 4 children because Ma'Khia was her 5th. She's like, I have trouble saying that. But y'all want to argue about semantics and police training when I literally saw a video of a cop get stabbed in the neck by a white boy and it didn't even occur to him to shoot him. Your life literally is on the line because he stabbed you in the neck. You were chasing him with your gun, didn't shoot him, then switched from a gun to a taser, still didn't tase him, and stopped up the wound. And still, that little boy is still alive. That boy stabbed you, but you're actually trying to tell me that a cop had to put 4 bullets in this girl. Y'all saying that shit. But y'all want safe spaces. But y'all want us marching for you. Because just like Asa, I ain't forget Corinne Gaines either. Because I listened as those videos of Corinne came out. And those same men were just like, oh my gosh, and Black Lives Matter, and what you did to Eric Garner, and brought up every black man that has been killed. Same men were saying, if she had just complied, she'd still be alive. Pretend Ma'Khia Bryant is a black man. Then you'd have some sympathy for her. Y'all don't even talk about Tony McDade. Tony McDade was a trans man. And when you ask men, like, why y'all not talking about Tony McDade? Oh, well, they misgendered him and called him a woman. So you're still proving our point. Y'all only talking about Breonna Taylor because celebrities are talking about Breonna Taylor. Y'all weren't really talking about a Tatiana Jefferson. Y'all weren't really talking about Sandra Bland. There's a say her name for a reason. It's because y'all don't say them. Y'all like bury them under like 10 black men that have died. They should still be alive too. But when y'all make excuses about why it's okay for black women and black non-men to die, that makes it easier for white people to do that shit. Because a lot of the arguments y'all had from Ma'Khia Bryant, I've heard white people say that about every black man except maybe George Floyd that has been killed by a cop. That's why y'all look fucking stupid. And y'all get on my goddamn nerves. And it's just hurtful. Because the bad part about it is, we as black men, we still gonna march for y'all asses. Still. And y'all can't even just retweet. Y'all can't even just put something positive. You can't argue against the status quo. Y'all can't even do it. It's like, if y'all don't stand up for us, why you think any non-black person would stand up for us? That's why they don't. They act like police brutality don't happen to us. You don't know what the danger of being a black woman in this country truly is. Because the call is coming from inside the house and across from the fucking street. But y'all don't want us to have that conversation because it's diluting the fight for Black Lives Matter. I'm black. Ma'Khia Bryant was black. Tony McDade was black. Every black trans woman that's been murdered by, fun fact, a black man, they were all black too. But I guess you're only talking about black men, right? I'm glad it's dying down because, my God, y'all are pieces of shit. That you can't just go, it's fucked up. And also, and I think the other thing with the young man in the bathroom is because his girlfriend's mama is white. So now it's like she set that black boy up to be killed. If he put his hands on my daughter, he would be killed. I wouldn't need to call the cops because I'd have beat his ass. And you're acting like because she's white, we're going to act like him putting his hands on this girl is okay. That young man who got shot in his grandmother's backyard, it was like, oh my God, and this is terrible, until we realized how he don't really like black women. So when black women are like, yeah, we're not doing this, how y'all just not going to stand up for him? Because he didn't like people who look like me. But then all of a sudden it became like, why are we not talking about it? Why y'all not talking about it? Because you actually need black women when y'all want to organize and have a movement. There will be no Black Lives Matter movement without 3 queer black women, but y'all kind of ignore that part. We wouldn't have no Pride Month without black and brown trans women. But again, you act like we don't matter. And it's just gross and pathetic and tired and late. All them women who marched for George Floyd. Some of them did not march for Breonna Taylor. They were not marching for black trans lives in New York. But they marched for your asses. And y'all wouldn't even y'all won't retweet. Y'all won't even do something simple as social fucking media. There are people who put their lives on the line. Because for some odd reason, when it comes to blackness, the face of it is a cishet black man. As if black women weren't in them fields with you. Didn't come on the boats with you. But sure. I'm sorry, I'm done. This wasn't supposed to be a monologue. But I've been holding on to this. And I got to say this before I start crying because I'm sick of y'all.
I'm not sorry at all because I wasn't going to say shit because just talking about it makes me mad. So yeah. Like I said before, people never fail to fail me.
She was only 16. She was a kid.
She was a baby.
28-year-old. And the bad part, your fucking like she won't clean her room. Are you fucking kidding me? She was 16. And also, why are you calling adults to beat her up? Because when this first got reported, what they said is that she tried to stab that cop. And because her family came out there, that's why they had to change it. That's why they got the body came out so quickly, and typically they don't move that fast. But y'all had it like, oh no, see, she was violent. He didn't try to de-escalate that shit at all. Y'all fucking make me sick. I'm sorry, Shantae. Do we have any thoughts?
Oh, I mean, you basically covered everything. It's just despicable. It's like, it's not even, I can't even say it's despicable the way that it's talked about for Ma'Khia Bryant. It's just gross and despicable. Do you know how many rapists and sexual assaulters that have been killed by cops, and there's still more people who give them fanfare than Ma'Khia Bryant? And she is a child. She was a child. And she also was a fat black woman, so add that shit right the fuck on. Because she was fat, you were like, oh, she's definitely, because she's dangerous. Look at her size. That don't make her any less than a 16-year-old girl. And the fact that she had to defend herself, she wasn't the perpetrator. She had to defend herself because literally grown-ups decided that they could just attack her. Who the fuck do y'all think y'all are? I don't want to hear about that young girl that wouldn't have gotten stabbed. You're coming to my house 3 days in a row? May heaven have mercy on your soul. You lucky I don't live nowhere near, because I swear I'd find you. You want to beat on some of your girl? How about you beat on a nearly 40-year-old woman and watch me wear your ass out? I dog walk you. Because you're 28, so we're adults. Please try that intimidation shit with a grown-up. Please try it. That foster mama's a piece of shit, and all three of you women are too. Y'all are pieces of shit. I have no sympathy for you. I might find some next week, but right now I do not. Because you want me to feel sorry. Y'all got that girl killed. Y'all got that girl killed. Because she wouldn't pick up clothes. She wouldn't clean her room. You mean like a 16-year-old wouldn't do? But you think that shit is cute? Just gross. You're just despicable people. All of you. And I feel so sorry for her family.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's in foster care. So it's kind of like, as a parent, there's going to be a part of, this is my fault. It's not. But that's just something you're going to have to heal from. And that's something you're going to work through. But literally, for grief, when people pass, time doesn't heal anything. It don't. Because there'll be times, like random ass times, when you'll just miss them. And it'll suck. It's like, oh my God, this is happening to me, and this person is not here. I lost my grandmother in December. She's the only person that can call me Steffi ever. And I will never have that person back. And the last time I saw her, it took her, because she had dementia, she was talking before I left, like, do you know who I am? And when I told her who I was, she looked surprised, like, oh my God, because she didn't know me that whole time I was with her. And I will never have that person back. So I'm so sick of y'all acting like our lives don't matter. Because we're not because I don't have a dick. If I get killed by a cop, you'll find some way to actually make it okay. Me and y'all, you want us to go out and march with an alleged domestic abuser. How very interesting. Yeah, so that's it in high key. Y'all can. This is not how I wanted to end Whole Food Month, but I've been holding on to this because that's how fucked up it is. It just is. And we can't just keep acting like it's not there. Sometimes it feels like I'm just yelling into the void. If you're on Clubhouse, you're yelling into the void. If you're threading on Twitter, you're threading into the void. But from personal experience, don't hold on to it. Expel it and let it go. And if not, watch Craig of the Creek or Steven Universe on HBO Max. Or watch Mortal Kombat. I really do recommend that movie. And also King Kong versus Godzilla. Don't watch the Two Porters. I implore you, please don't. You'll hate Millie Bobby Brown. And we don't want to hate her. At least until Stranger Things comes back. I don't think that's ever coming back, quite frankly. I don't know. Oh, and Pose's last season starts in May. So let me just talk about good things. But yeah, I think we have a show, y'all. I really do love that I got to start the month with a new podcaster, Rashanii Samaj. He is starting a podcast. He's an eager beaver, and I think his podcast is going to be good.
What's it about?
So he is going to be like, it literally is potpourri, because he actually did an episode with Old Man Wade, my buddy Kendrick, and Taria's husband Corey, and they were talking about, I think Batman versus Superman.
Okay.
So it's pretty dope. It's like, I like it. I think he's interviewing a few Bravo people because he's a big reality TV buff. I'm supposed to be going on season 2, but okay, I'm very excited. He's like, you're my inspiration.
Did you link him up with Jeremy and Candace?
Not yet.
Okay.
I feel like he needs to get there too. But I feel like when it comes to the dragging, those are the big leagues.
Well,
it is
dope.
But, no, I think he's gonna be good.
Dope. Welcome to the family. Have him either hit me up on Twitter or else you link us up on Twitter so I can get him into some groups that are going to help him flourish with his numbers and everything when he first hits the ground. And yeah, just nothing but the best. Like, yo, I've been through literally the worst people in podcasting. Literally the worst. And after dealing with that, I just want to make sure that everybody at least has a chance to shine. You know what's funny, Shante? I call out Shantae's name when I see that she's muted. That's when I call out her name just to fuck with her.
Leave Shantae alone.
You know what's funny is that, and I'm sure that y'all can attest, is that back in the day, and it wasn't that long ago when I say back in the day, everybody was running around screaming Lizzo's lyrics. If I'm shining, everybody's gonna shine. Yeah. They forgot that so quickly. Like, if I'm shining, then if I'm shining, that means I made it. Yeah. But y'all should still be trying to help other people shine. Your experiences, whether they're good or bad, is going to help somebody else move forward. And sometimes you're nothing more than just a point in the road. You are nothing more than a sign pointing other people in the right direction. You got to be okay with that. Not everybody's going to be a landmark. Sometimes you are the marker. Yeah. You're the conduit. Sometimes you're the conduit to something better. So
and you have to be comfortable. Everybody can't be a Rashanii, because everybody be like, "What you mean? You got to give me my props because I'm the one who did this." And he's like, "I don't have to do all of that." It's like, it's not that deep. You're being super weird.
You're doing something you love. I'm not gonna fault you for doing it. Right. I am gonna fault Shanta for not starting a calligraphical hate and not. Did you not hear about calligraphical hate? Oh, we had a great idea. So check it out. What I was telling Shanta she should do is start since she's learning Korean too, and she
that's right,
knows
Duolingo. Is it Duolingo?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so
this is why she ain't pull your shit. She ain't got off mute yet, y'all. I just want to let you know. She's like,
oh no, I'm her spokesperson. Busy. I am her Flavor Flav. I am her hype person.
Man.
So hype man. What she should do is take her calligraphical skills and write in Korean to white people. And it will look beautiful because she's doing it in calligraphy. And it could be something like "stupid motherfucker kiss my ass," but it's written in Korean and it's written in like gold ink with like gold sprinkles on the
and
paper or whatever.
Places and they'll be laughing. They'll go
they
to
would
the Korean
hang that
market
up at work. Like, exactly.
You stupid white person. You think that's what? What is
that's
that?
exactly what Shanta said, and that's what we're looking for.
You stupid white person.
That's what I'm looking for. That's calligraphy.
That is what I'm looking for. That is what I'm looking for. I need embarrassment.
Right. That's the type of goings on that I can support. So
agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
No matter what, Shanta, I may not be the number one person in your corner, but I'm never leaving it.
Well, that's good to know.
Fuck you, bro.
So much. Yeah, great. Thanks. So yeah, here we are. See, this is a laugh. The palate cleanser that I needed before I walked out this goddamn door. Ready
and
to
this is what the comfort of having a co-host that you've been with for years or for a long time can do for you. Like,
I mean, I'm an unofficial co-host.
We know. like you need to just come on single simulcast every more often. So then one day I just don't show up and y'all just do shows like y'all used to.
Oh my God. See, that's the thing. We need more men to take off their clothes on camera. Or better yet, Shanta, please let me know who John Moody is. Oh, so he used to be on this reality shit. Well, I don't know if he's still on it because the show is on hiatus, but Southern Charm New Orleans. So he's an artist. He's a painter. He also is a gym rat, and he don't like wearing shirts or pants that come to his knees. So he always got his moves out on the Instagram. So yes, yeah, I gotta get Kaya so we can talk about John Moody. I'm like, so first of all, we want Southern Charms New Orleans back, but also John Moody is in California, and I don't know if that's gonna happen. But still, John Moody is John with no H. Moody is a very fun follow if you like the men who have their boobs out and they don't wear no clothes.
Oh, speaking of men, damn, that's a habit. Stephanie, how you liking Climax?
Do you know I was sitting here like on my bed last night going, oh my God, I remember this song.
The men all pause. As soon as I heard it, like as soon as Cole, and that's my nigga, Cole, what's happening?
Cole Sports. I miss listening to Cole Sports.
Soon as he mentioned Climax, I was like, yeah, Stephanie will be in there like the men all pause. Because they say shit in that song. That is such swagger. Like back in the 80s, this is an all black woman band. Well, there was white women, but it's an all women band.
It might be a Tina Marie.
I
can't talk about Tina Marie.
With the lead singer who reminds me so much. She has the swagger of Morse Day. Oh,
that's great. Morse Day in the motherfucking time.
She was like, these people, I'm too sexy for these people.
You know what? I okay, so then I officially love this. This is so great. This is great. Yes, palate cleanser, so we can end the show. See, that's what we need. So before we get out of here, thank you for wrapping whole full month up with a very funny bow and burgers. Burgers.
Fuck you.
Burgers. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? Anyway, please let everybody know how they can follow both of you and the 75 podcasts along with single simulcast.
I guess that means you should go first, Shanta.
Right. So yeah, single simulcast at single simulcast if you want to follow the podcast. If you want to follow me, I am Shanta Fabulous. That's SHANTA with fabulous, like spelled like the regular word, not the rapper. And that is across any social media account where you actually want to follow me. And it's fine if you don't. Just putting that out there.
Y'all missing out if you don't. That's a PSA.
All right.
Here we go.
So, I'm Rashanii on Twitter. That's RASHANII. That's also the account I probably spend the least amount of time on because that's the one that I had the most trauma with. So you can also find me at Ratchet Books. I have a podcast called the Ratchet Book Club. We read hood classics and good classics. We started off by reading the seminal classic, Old Thought Next Door. And after that, we read The Phantom Toll Booth and The Coldest Winter Ever. And now we're reading Loving My Wife and Her Sister Too. And it's a bop. I'm really enjoying it.
Let me know when Donald Goines is going to pop up.
You know what? You're the second person to ask me, so I'll have to implement some of his books into it. I might read Whoreson first. Because Whoreson, yeah,
please read Swamp Man so I can go, what the fuck?
Swamp Man? All right, got you. You can also catch me at Hindsight Reviews. That's REVUES. Hindsight is a show with my friend Brandon and myself where we look back on movies that we saw when we were the kids or young adults. We rewatch them to see if they still hold the same alert that they did when we were younger. Spoiler alert, most of them didn't. Stephanie's been on a few episodes. She was on Set It Off, which is currently one of our highest rated episodes we ever did. And Shanta has been on some of our more ratchet episodes, including Belly, which was one of our most incendiary episodes we ever did. And she was on Teen Witch with Stephanie. So that was our most horror movie one that we've ever done. You can also catch me on Return to Oswald on Twitter, which is HBO's Return to it. It's a review show of the HBO show Oz. It is again Brandon, myself, and my homeboy, my internet bestie Scar. We discuss each episode one by one because Brandon's never seen the show before, so we're living vicariously through his horror.
Oh my god, I didn't know that. Oh
yeah, he's never seen it. It's greatness.
That's crazy.
You can also follow me at Unburdened Pod, which is a show that I do about mental health and Black men. We just did another episode last Thursday. We'll be putting out another one this Thursday. I'm trying to become more consistent with that one. You can check me out on Story Tailspin, OEO. It's actually Tailspin, like the Disney cartoon that they won't put on Disney Plus. So Story TALE, it is.
Yeah.
Thank God, finally.
It's on there. What's not on there is Pepper Ann. And it's like, fuck y'all for not putting Pepper Ann on there. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I mean, yeah, I feel you. Baby steps. I'll just take Tailspin and be happy because they still don't have the there was something else on there that I've been waiting for that they haven't put on there yet. But Storytellers is a lesson in not sharing your success with other people. But Storytellers was my baby. It is a show that there is nothing else like it. And actually, Stephanie, today I did my own version of Storytellers on the Patreon feed. Yay! So it was my first show for Storytellers in about a year or 3. But it is a show where there's 4 people in one story, and it turns out whatever way we wanted to. The burgers that Stephanie keeps talking about was part of an episode that'll never be lived down or never be forgotten.
I gotta find the episode because I'm gonna put the link somewhere.
Oh God, please don't. I just want it to die.
He brusted off his SoundCloud rapper chops. I said, well, shit. What we doing?
Oh, I was so ashamed and yet so proud. When nobody else liked it, though, I was just hurt. And then I have Sin and Solace, The Dream Team, 20 Minutes, The Kitchen Sink. I podcast.
His
I just
list,
like doing
his
it.
list really is the kitchen sink, but he gets some
Yeah.
good. He got some good shit.
Yeah, that's why on for the Rashanii, the name over it is super creative. I just come up with an idea and I got to run with it. But thank you so much for having me on. I really do appreciate it. It's always an honor and a pleasure to come back and talk with you. And yeah, Shanta, I love you like a sister. I'll see you around the bend.
Love you too.
Oh, love y'all. Thank you so much for being here. It's like, yeah. So, guys, this has been a Mocha Minutes podcast. I will be back.
I'll be
It
right.
will be in May, so that means I'm gonna have some mamas. Some mamas, some mamas that, of course, they gonna be here, but also some returning mamas. I can't wait. I know two mamas, Taria and Cook. We're going to be reviewing the next verses, which is SWV versus Escape. So it is the Pick Me Super Bowl.
That don't work.
It does. So can I just say that would have been who I put against SWV, but also SWV is not who I would put against Escape. I feel like that's not who I would pick. It doesn't. I feel like maybe, and it's not that it's a bad idea, but I feel like SWV versus Total would. But again, I feel like they have. So I think what it is for versus, it's got to be 10 hits, and unfortunately, I don't. But also, I don't know if it's. See, let me not.
I don't think Escape has 10 hits, but that's just
like
me. You ask Nisha.
like,
Nisha's all over Escape, so.
I like Escape. I'm SWV. I'm team SWV going into this. I'm like, let me tell you something. I am team. These pick me bops. I'm like, that is queens of the pick me bops that I absolutely love and all the words. And then you like read them going, why you don't get your own man? Why you always trying to steal somebody's man? What the hell? It's like, what? Why you? What in the Mocha stuff hell is going on here? It's like, child, but I'm gonna be excited because I think it's gonna be good. Yeah, so I'm excited for that. So, but I know Taria and Cook is gonna come through for that. But also, I'm gonna have some other mamas, and then June is gonna be for the daddies. I'm gonna get my boys from Hampton Roads to come back through.
You know what? Scar was very put out that he's never been on that show. And I was like, nigga, why don't you ask? And he was like, I'm from Hampton. And I was like, nigga, why don't you ask? And then he got real quiet.
Yeah, thank you for reminding me about Scar, because I need to talk to him about June. Because I've been saying that for a while. And it's like every time I'm like, Scar got to be on Mocha Minutes. You let me know because I'll be there. You tell me. I'm like, okay, Scar. Right.
I will never stop advocating for my nigga. That's my nigga.
It's like Scar got to come through Mocha Minutes. So thank you for reminding me. I'm going to reach out to Scar. If he's listening, he'll be like, oh, really? So I heard you on this episode, nigga. Why I haven't gotten no message yet? Okay, Scar. All right. But y'all, this has been a Mocha Minutes podcast. I will be back next week. Bye.
Jeez.
I'm going to say this about the Ma'Khia Bryant shooting. Not the shooting itself, but the responses. A lot of y'all, especially a lot of you black men, sound exactly verbatim like the racist white people that you love to call out when a black man is shot. You are dehumanizing that poor girl because she is a black girl, not just a black girl, but a fat black girl, and you don't care because you don't see yourself in her. So the only people that are riding for her are black women, and it's a fucking shame that over and over this happens, because I forget Corinne Gaines.